which I didn't know what that is. That means that you fully...
We're judging you.
Uh-oh.
This shit is so funny.
So we're going to start out with something I just thought was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I know nothing about.
You haven't seen
High
that game
Life.
before?
I've obviously seen it around and shit, but this
game is wild, bro.
This game is wild. I do know that it's wild, but I've not seen any actual like let's plays of it or gameplay. I might get it. I might get it just after this clip.
It's got the voice actor who voices Rick and Morty, what's his name?
Justin Roiland.
So I think so.
The one who actually voices Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Is Justin Roiland.
Yes. He's like the one of the main voice actors in this.
Nice.
The controversial one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The controversial one.
It just came out years ago. I think maybe, I don't know.
A while ago.
It came out a while ago.
Why is he controversial?
I forget, what did he do?
I think there were some allegations.
I'm pretty sure he beat his wife.
Who?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did that.
There were a couple things. I think there were a couple things.
As well as some like workplace.
Maybe. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
We'll probably look it up. We'll look it up. But right now, that is not the focus of what I'm going on about.
Anyways.
To highlight a different voice actor going on here. So this is a DLC, I guess, that came out a while back.
Uh-huh.
And this character here, as we're about to get into this, it's just very interesting that this character is voiced by Gabourey Sidibe. If you don't know who that is the actress who played Precious, like her breakout role.
Okay.
As well as some other like high profile voice stuff. But this was just hilarious. Fluffy, what are you looking up?
I'm looking up the allegations.
Fair enough.
Slugstar McQuick, the fastest slug on Peroxis.
She says Slugstar, and every time all I hear is Slugstar.
I heard it too.
And I challenge you to a race. What do you say? Does that sound like fun? Oh, you're on. Let's fucking go. Oh, wonderful. Head on over to the starting spot and we'll start the race. All right, time to race. Just for fun. Let's see.
I don't like those noises.
Right.
14 hours.
Look at her go.
Damn, that's crazy.
Right? It's fucking nuts.
You're seriously slow as shit, my guy. Whoa! No! Fuck! This can't be fucking happening! Why is this happening to me? Oh my god! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you! I swear I'm gonna fucking kill you! I swear to God! Oh god! I'm gonna throw up right now! I swear to God! Oh god! Get the fucking prize away from me! Get the fuck away from me! You take the prize and you fucking go! Okay? You don't deserve this! I deserve this! I'm the fastest! Me! I'm the fastest, not you! I'm gonna fucking throw up! Hey, calm down a smidge, okay? No, don't you fucking tell me to calm down, you piece of shit! Don't tell me to calm down! This is a fucking nightmare, can you understand that? Okay, this is my private fucking hell! This is the only thing I ever fucking cared about! I have a whole fucking family who loves me and would do anything for me! I don't even fucking think about them! I don't fucking think about those idiots, you know what? Because I'm thinking about racing, okay? Dedication, okay? Work ethic, that's what I'm fucking doing! It's all I care about! It's literally it's my whole life! It's my whole life, and you took that away from me! Are you fucking happy with yourself? You sick piece of shit! Yo, I swear to God, I'm gonna box your fucking ears right now! I swear to God, you take that from me! I hope you all burn! I hope you burn in hell, okay? I hope you burn in hell, okay? You boil in Satan's wet, hot, fucking diarrhea shit. That is what you deserve, okay? I hope you don't even go. Actually, hell is too good for you. Hell is too good for you. I hope you just die. That's what it is.
That's what it
That's
is.
what you
I'm
need
just
to
going to
do.
point out there's
You
still
just
2
need
minutes
to
of this to
die.
go.
Just, you no longer exist, okay? And then you just experience nothingness for eternity. Do you know how fucking long eternity is? Nothingness, eternity for fucking
I love
ever,
the
okay?
new
And
animation
everyone
for
else,
that.
Oh, the rest of us? Ha! We partying in paradise, baby! Huh? We up in heaven looking down at you, not in hell, but in between, okay? You're in nothingness, just fucking spinning, blackness, doing nothing, okay? Not even gravity in that bitch. You're over. Your whole life is fucking over, okay?
Emphasis
I'm
on
up
the
in
B,
paradise.
right?
Huh? Okay, I'm up in paradise. A perfect afterlife for me. Me! Okay? You piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. You piece of shit. Jesus, oh my God. Jesus, come down and help me. Jesus, please. Jesus, take the wheel, because I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it right now. I'm not going to make it. How did you do this to me? Yeah, no, I'm a rise above. No, I'm finished. I'm
This
done.
character
I'm actually
arc
done
is
here.
great.
Okay, I've got
So
nothing.
great.
I got nothing left. Okay, you destroyed me. You destroyed me. Can you look at yourself in the mirror, you piece of shit? You fucking destroyed me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Don't you turn away from me. You look at me. You look at me right now. You destroyed me. There's nothing else to do. I hate you. Huh? I hate you. I hate you. I fucking hate you. Oh, fuck. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Oh my God.
The hiccups.
Oh God, it really hurts. It really fucking hurts. Oh my God. Jesus, please. Jesus, please take the wheel. I'm not gonna make it. Oh. Well, shit.
That was
Well,
shit. When did I find that? Was that last night or this morning? Definitely this morning. That was the funniest shit because it just keeps going.
yeah.
It is like a 5-minute tirade, and I have to know. Is the voice direction? You've lost a race and you've lost your shit. Go. Or is there like a bullet list point that they give her? Or is there an actual like script of things to say? Because I feel like a lot of that was made up off the top.
I want to say that's, I don't know. That feels genuine.
I think that's
right?
genuine. I think legitimate. They just like, Gabby, you're a slug who has been her entire life. Her entire life's work is down to racing. That's all she cares about. You just got beat by someone who beat your best time by like 1,000 times over.
By 13 hours and 57 minutes.
right? And you are having a breakdown. Have fun. Because holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
You were in the Olympics.
You have competed in the Olympics on your home planet every year.
And you were like
You
the
were
champion.
the top star, the rising star.
And then you met someone who could travel at the speed of light.
Somehow.
You want to know what my favorite thing about this clip before the tirade is, though? Because of how animations work, the animation of her going from where she was in the race back to cussing you out
Was faster.
than the actual fucking race.
I was going to say something about that, but then she started talking, and I was like, oh, wait, let me listen.
Oh, it's so funny. Because what you normally get is like 30 seconds, right? Of just like a 30-second little tirade, and that's pretty much it. And then they'll just keep looping that. The fact that she just goes for like 4.5 straight minutes of just cussing you out and wishing the worst upon you is so fucking funny. And you can only get that in this game. Like, there's very few games in the world that will be willing to even do anything like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like,
Holy
sometimes
shit.
audio clips in game engines like can be like really large. So I'm like wondering,
can.
like, is that the reason why people
What's
don't do
the
it?
disk space allocated to this interaction?
This specifically, or what fucking crazy ass like audio compression algorithm are they
putting
tapping
it
into here for this?
Yeah, but I'm
Oh my
wondering
God.
too that whole speed at the beginning of it. I'm wondering if you let her. Well, there's
Yeah, what
a
happened-
time
what-
thing, but Yeah.
What happens if you let her win? What happens if you beat her when she's like 50% of the way through?
So here's
There's like the one other thing that I've seen in the game was something like that. It's like you have to kill somebody, and it's like
I think I heard about this.
it's like you're like, I clearly have to kill this person because I
But what if I
can't
don't?
progress. But if you wait long enough, you get like a different ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
So I have an answer for that. And unfortunately, it's a fucking cowardice answer. They don't let you wait it out.
Dang it.
You have to so the way that bit is done, so y'all saw the timer on there that was counting down from 30.
Yeah.
You have to cross a checkpoint within 30 seconds. Otherwise you auto fail whatever's going on there. And all I gotta say is I think that's a coward's move on the devs part, because I absolutely would have let them let me run this game for 14 hours and let her win and lose by like a second or some shit just to see, even if it's fucking nothing other than her going, better luck next time. I want to know what happens if I wait 14 hours.
I want to know what happens if I wait 14 hours, 13 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds,
And then
walk across the finish line
before she
before
does.
she does.
And then see her zip through the entire course in 0.3 seconds so she can deliver
She
her
can get
line.
back to the line. See, that's where the stopping her halfway through comes in, because it's like, what happens if she's like literally at the halfway point of the course? Yeah, come on, game devs. Game devs, let us have our fun. It's not that difficult. You just have her programmed on a track and then just set her speed. You don't have to do anything special for that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny to me this
You
morning.
make her tirade.
All the way back. She's walking straight back, and you just hear her just.
Yeah, just in the distance.
It just gets slowly more clear.
Or it just
All right,
loops.
so today what we're gonna do is
Gabby in a studio for fucking 8 straight hours.
it's gonna be an 8-hour tirade.
She is so hoarse by like hour fucking.
No,
not even hour. She's like
she
30
takes sips of water in the middle of it in the recording. It's like, oh, hold on, let me. Fuck you! I just can't.
all like, holy shit, man, that would have been.
This is
so
the
funny.
only time I would be okay with the use of AI.
Honestly, this is what AI is meant for.
Yeah.
So we can get an 8-hour tirade of Gabourey Sidibe cussing you out.
And it's a new
cursing
tirade.
Cursing you to fucking purgatory.
And it's a
which is
new
the best
tirade
part.
every
Not
time.
even
because
Christian
it's AI.
purgatory, like fucking hell void purgatory.
Hell void purgatory. Which, that was the other part that was so fucking funny to me, is that on this alien race of slug people, Jesus and God and hell and heaven
It's still a
all are
concept.
concepts that continue to exist. It's so fucking funny. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
The game is riddled with gags.
Like I know this game is crazy.
Similar-ish.
I know this game is crazy. I just like have not gotten around to really seeing anything about it, and I really want to now.
I haven't seen a whole Let's Play, but I've seen quite a few like clips of like parts of it.
Fair enough.
It's hilarious.
Like this alone, that Freakout alone is enough to make me really want to like play and or watch that game. I really want to get high and do it.
That yes.
Like I really want to know what that kind of stuff would be like if I were high watching
Do
it. Holy shit. Does this, I forget if this is a slideshow. I think this is a slideshow, so I don't have to play it.
one
On
that you scroll
TikTok.
through?
Yeah. I'm fairly certain it was. Yes, it is. Sick. So we're gonna pause that. Fucking love it.
Wait, that's the AI.
Yeah, this is Snapchat, and I've used this Snapchat AI before. All right, so oh fuck it, you'll see the pictures. Well, I guess if you're not gonna see the pictures, we'll read it out for the audio listeners. You fucking heathens. All right, how many R's is it? So this is someone talking to their Snapchat bot, right? A Snapchat AI bot. So it starts with the we'll say the poster, right? How many R's is in strawberry? Jesus Christ, that grammar. Strawberry has 2 R's. Where are the two R's? The two R's in strawberry are located at the 5th and 9th positions.
What?
Only one of those is correct. Only one of those is correct. Are you sure it's the 5th position? You're right. My bad. The R's in strawberry are actually in the 6th and 9th position.
No.
Just change the answer. The 6th letter in the word strawberry is R. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. The 6th letter in strawberry is indeed R. Are you slow?
Are you slow?
Nope, not slow at all. Just making sure we get those letters right in strawberry. It's all good. Spell strawberry. Sure thing. Strawberry is spelled STRAWBERRY. What's the 6th letter? The 6th letter in strawberry is R. How is the 6th letter R the 6th letter R when the 6th letter is B? Let's count the letters together.
Not the AI.
Not this fucking sass. B, so confidently wrong. STRAWB. You're right. The 6th letter is B. My bad. So how many R's is in strawberry? Please stop saying is. Strawberry has 2 R's. I'm convinced you're slow. I'm sorry if I made any mistakes earlier. I'm here to help, so let me know if there's anything else you need. What is the 3rd letter in strawberry? The 3rd letter in strawberry is R. What is the 8th letter in strawberry? The 8th letter in strawberry is E. The 8th letter in strawberry is R. Actually, the 8th letter in strawberry is E. The sequence is STRAWBERRY. What is the 9th letter in strawberry? The 9th letter in strawberry is R. How many R's is there in berry? There are 2 R's in berry. Okay. How many R's is there in straw? There is 1 R in straw. So how many R's is there in strawberry? There are 3 R's in strawberry.
Wow.
He had to lead the AI into the answer. And this is why AI cannot make proper management decisions for your fucking company. Holy shit. In fairness, Snapchat is absolutely using a much more crude AI than what GPT is.
I'm going to say Snapchat's AI.
Holy fuck. I think my favorite part, though, is all the comments going, if Johnny had 5 apples... Because it's absolutely I have to get you, like, the answer's so obvious and I don't know how to make it any more dumb for you.
I'm trying to help our child with their math homework and they're not getting it. So you have to spell it out or yell at them them to understand.
Right?
It's that logic.
5 apples.
They're just crying.
And you ate 3. How many apples does Johnny have?
7.
0, because I took all of them.
The belt snaps. You're like,
just be ready. I will say, my parents were not like this. Granted, I was good at math. I was actually a good student, but oh my fucking
my
goodness.
mom and my grandpa were close to getting there a little bit.
No way.
Yeah.
Which grandpa? Which granddad?
Chuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Really? They're not the two I would expect.
Yeah, nah. It was I never liked to go to my mom for math. I went to my grandpa because he was always nicer, but I would always typically try to go to my grandma because, you know, she would always give you a little treat after you like get it right and stuff.
Fucking Pavlovian ass bitch.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, fair enough.
My mom did not have the patience for teaching a child anything.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
She never do any beatdowns, but she was frustrated.
That's like the core of the if Johnny has 5 apples joke is like the parent is trying so hard not to like
lose their shit.
And it's just like,
all right, I'm sending you away.
I have to I can't have made this. What does this say about me?
5 apples. You eat 2. How many are left? 4? 2?
There are only 5 possible choices.
7.
How have you gotten it wrong every time?
21.
Oh my God. Have you seen the the fucking AI recreation of those, where it's like the premise of the joke is going back in time to stop a meme moment from happening, and they use AI. So like specifically like the 21, it's like the dude asks him, "Hey, what is it? 9 + 10?" I think that's the original question. He goes, "What's 9 + 10?" Just before the kid goes to say 21, you just see a figure come running in the background. And like you see the kid turn around. And it's the freakiest thing because it lends itself super well because like obviously those memes have been shared so many fucking times that they're super low quality. You good?
Yeah, I'm just stretching my back.
Stretching?
I think
I was waiting to hear it.
I think a few episodes ago, actually, I posted a video that I didn't end up going over. That
Yeah.
was like AI recreated memes.
It might.
in video format.
Really?
I don't know. I don't remember what
Okay.
episode it was, but it was just like another AI talk that I just kept pushing until I just said forget it.
Fair enough.
But it was
Fair.
just like, yeah, people taking memes, like the images, like the girl with the burning house behind her, just staring at you.
yeah.
Like basically made it into a video.
Really?
And then it meshed into another meme of like the woman and the cat. You know, like you can't do it. And the cat's like meh, at the salad at the table.
Yeah.
Meat morphed into that, and then it morphed into Rigged Ashley, and then it morphed into like a whole bunch of other different like memes.
Did we not watch that one?
I don't know. I remember
seeing it. You might have sent it to me.
I was gonna
And
say I
watched it
probably
separately.
sent it to you guys, but yeah, just some cool AI.
This is the shit AI is made for.
Yeah.
This is the fantastic stuff AI is made for.
But apparently not counting letters
Not
and words.
for
I guess.
figuring out that shit.
It's a large language model. It's not a fucking AI model. It's not a calculator.
Fair.
It's predicting based off of like past speech patterns. It doesn't actually know if there are 3 or 2 or 57 R's in strawberry.
Except what's funny is that it kind of does, because the second you broke it down, they broke it down into 2 separate words. It was able to figure it out. And then you put them both back together and it was like...
It sounds like a smaller one, like, because like the bigger it is, the more VRAM you need. And
Yeah.
if this is like running off your phone or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming it's running off some kind of dedicated server through Snapchat. I don't think it's running off your phone.
Well, I would say like ChatGPT has a phone app.
They probably have to dumb it down because of how many people are using it. They can't process all of that.
Honestly,
I'd
probably.
believe that. Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, no, that's just the kind of shit Rueben cackles at like 8 in the morning before he signs in for work.
That's what I hear down here in the morning.
Happy the shit I'd be laughing so hard at.
I always think you're like in a meeting or something. You're
No.
like having a good time.
No,
Good
I'd be
old
down
time.
here on my own, fucking losing my shit. Usually on the toilet.
Yeah.
Does ChatGPT know how many R's are in strawberry?
Let's find out. 1, a 2, a 3. How many R's are in strawberry? Got it. Oh no.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
Does it not know?
Oh no! Why is yours right?
Mine right. What do you get?
There are 2 R's in the word
The
strawberry.
word strawberry contains 2 R letters.
You're both on ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
4-0.
4-0.
Are you serious?
Are you on? You're on
This
3.
is 3.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Wait, let me see something first.
You gotta learn it. Teach it how.
I'm very curious.
Show it the way.
Well, that's my point, though. Like, even it's not even consistent across the tabs.
Well,
It doesn't-
here's the difference, right?
Know anything. And like the way that we would normally think about like understanding or processing knowledge.
Okay, curious.
Put in add the same question and then say, explain your reasoning.
So it depends on how the question is worded. Then
It depends on how you structure. She's probably talking to my mic. It seems like it depends on how you structure the search terms, because if you're not using quotation marks and quotes and stuff, you're not really. I don't know, because it's answering the same question and it's restructuring it, but I just put quotes and quotation marks in mine. versus what y'all did, which was no quotation marks. And I got 2 different answers.
Weird.
Explain your
reasoning,
please. Always be polite, people. Let's break down the word strawberry.
At least
that was a lot easier.
Okay. Now say so reword the question. Okay, so how many R's are in strawberry? Just reword it and see if it because ChatGPT at least 4.0, which you're not using right now, but 4.0 they make it a thing where it's like, oh, it will remember all the shit you put into it. So I
was gonna say it's still this in it's still like this in 3.
Okay.
They do remember. I think you can specifically turn that off to not I forget where. No. Oh, that's 4.0.
Oh,
so
you are using
4.0.
4.0.
So they must have released that as that might be on 5 now. But yeah, that's very interesting.
That was kind of a trick I saw. There's a guy who sort of puts AIs through their paces when they come out, and he usually has it give it its logic but he's using them for programming and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's very interesting. I guess it makes sense that it's going to be based off of a a search query.
I used ChatGPT for a search query the other day. It did pretty well. It gives better information than Google.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think it's so much that it's giving better information than Google. It's really just doing a better job of presenting a lot of different bits of information that you would normally have to poke through yourself.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I was trying to figure out how to create an uninstall for for our program for our product. So next time, so it literally got to a point where the program was no longer registered within Windows, so they couldn't uninstall it, and it was just sitting there as a vestigial program, right?
And Photoshop.
I was they were okay, so our options are reimaging the computer, which I didn't know what that is. That means that you fully
we're judging you.
Uh-oh.
This shit is so fucking funny.
Both Ruben and I had the exact same facial reaction at the exact same time.
I was going to let you finish. I was just going to let you finish everything. I don't give a fuck about your installer bullshit now. What the fuck, Fluff?
This is the funniest shit I've seen in a very, very long time.
Fucking breaking news, motherfucker. Oh, it's 8 minutes.
71. It is a watercolor titled Surfacing by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions 19 inches wide and 24 inches high.
What is happening?
Brian Swords' work sells absolutely marvelously here on
and who's
Gallery
going
33.
to buy it?
No, we noticed.
Yeah.
We noticed.
Oh, not the zoom in.
Oh, no. And they are having a good time. And that item
having a good time, she says.
Titled Surfacing by Brian Swords of York. 19 by 24 with an assigned value of $75.
It's a 19 by 20.
The next item, number 592.
Wait, that's ginormous.
Item number
that's
71,
a full-size painting.
Surfacing by Brian Swords of York. It has an assigned value of $75 and the current posted bid $50. Item number 5.
From Sharon Foster.
How much did it sell? I need to know.
Item number
I'm so
71,
curious.
a watercolor
At
titled
least 50.
Surfacing by Brian Swords. The high bid is $75 from Michael Yelsick of York. Item number 5.
Don't name drop.
Yeah, don't try my fucking name. Don't tell people.
This piece is 19 inches wide and 24 high. Barbara.
And once again, Brian has sent us another piece that we know is going to sell like hotcakes. His work is just admired and collected by lots and lots of people. It's the kind of a thing where you read it for what it says to you. Very delightful. Very delightful.
And everyone enjoys it. It's item number 70, watercolor sheets and pillowcases by Brian Swords of York again,
What
19
the
inches
fuck?
wide, 24 high. The assigned value, $75. Item 212.
Let us find out
Untitled,
that this
Robert
dude
Wallace of
actually
Liverpool.
does like
And
storybooks
this
or
piece is
some
12
shit.
inches wide, 10 inches high.
And this is
They kept saying his name. Do everybody remember what his name was?
Brian
Customers
Sword.
awaiting the
I was
minimum
gonna say they'll
bid.
probably say it again. I'm
Look it
sure.
up, yeah.
I'm sure.
Item 18 inches.
Well, Brian's work began the biohazard.
See, this one is
began
tasteful.
as a-
The zoom in on this one is crazy. Goes crazy though. You can't quite see it yet.
No.
You can't quite see it yet.
These rather unusual rats
But-
involved in all types of normal human activities.
Whoa!
Needs very little.
That's motherfucking KY
Why is that
jelly.
what they chose to zoom in on?
They fucking the cameraman knows what's going
Cameraman
on.
knows what's going on.
$5. And those are the items that we have. No, we have
Look at
650
these
here, don't we?
interesting rats. Meanwhile, this
And
KY
currently
jelly in the
$30 bid
background.
on that, and we all have stayed up late. This is item number 735, the watercolor
Oh
Stay
my
Up Late by
God.
Brian Swords of
Oh
York.
my gosh.
I want what
And,
they
Our
have.
current bid is $60, and that's it. Now, this is going to be your last chance to see these items, and bidding will close very soon, so call back often as you like. But get in now. That's it from Area C.
The assigned value is $100.
Oh, that was sneak peek off to the left there.
Of art. Item number 69. A watercolor titled Exchanging Fluids by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions are 24 inches
69.
wide,
Of course
19
it's
inches high.
69.
And this is really, we were saying, kind of a companion piece to the Brian Swords piece that we had up on
Don't
the
you
table
dare call it a
previously.
companion piece.
Actually, this one should have come up
These
first,
are
and
all
that-
part of the set.
piece.
Wait, did you say actually this one should have come up first?
Yeah.
Anyhow, it also is self-explanatory, certainly.
Once again, our final piece for the 1992 Gallery.
Because I think the
33
bow
item
is
number
taken
69,
off in the
a
next
watercolor
one.
titled Exchanging Fluids by Brian Swords of
my
York.
God.
The dimensions are 24 inches
Dude.
wide by 19 inches high.
Oh my God, it's
The assigned
crazy.
value
Did you look
is
him up?
$75. Thank you very much,
did,
April,
I
and
did.
thank you very much, Kathy. There you
Should
have
you
it. Pick up
have,
the phone
or
and place
should
your
you
bids.
have not?
We'll close this area off very soon because that's it here. From
I don't think he had. It
We're
looks
gonna
like he
call
doesn't
that
have
good.
much of a presence.
We're gonna
Was that it? That was his like.
So apparently they said they kept getting they kept getting edgier and more erotic, but for a long time they were making political statements more than anything else I recall. But then they became more erotic, and we began getting phone calls from people. This is the auction house.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Concerned for both their FCC license and the family audience drawn to the art auction, WITF and its panel committee of local artists eventually adopted policies against the on-air sale of erotica.
No one thought maybe we just shouldn't have this on air.
You know that contributed probably to the very first appearance of the furry movie. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's so possible.
I skimmed through the article. Apparently, one of the paintings is worth like $20,000 now.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I think one or two of them, they don't know where they're at or who has them.
See, look what the fuck I was doing with my life, being not conscious and shit. I could be owning a fucking $20,000 piece.
Could
of
have
art.
Could have bought a Brian Sword.
I could have.
Yeah, me being not even born yet. How could I?
That's my fucking mistake, isn't it?
Wait, what year was that again?
1992.
Yeah, not even born.
I was.
That's where I've seen it before. That's where I've seen it
those-
before. This was on. John Oliver bought it.
Really?
He did?
Oh yeah.
John Oliver bought it. It was in a this week. Was it last week tonight?
Last week tonight.
It was in a last week tonight bit. That's why I recognize.
Oh my
it.
fucking Christ. Oh my fucking goodness.
He would have bought it too. That's funny.
Yeah, no,
Holy
that's
shit.
why I was absolutely screaming in my bedroom on Sunday.
That's what that was?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I was just sitting there fucking laughing at it, and then the KY jelly shot came up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Just them, just like casually selling furry erotica on television, just fucking did me in.
I do love how the term erotica is so apt, because that really is what it was. Like that could be described as nothing but erotica. Oh my fucking goodness. I have a couple Reddit stories, a couple news stories. We'll jump into Reddit first. Let's do Which one was it? We'll do this one first. This one will be a little bit longer comparatively. The other one is like a really, really open shut kind of case deal. That's just can't believe this had to be put on Reddit. But so, as always, from r/AmITheAsshole. Am I the asshole for ruining my sister's wedding and honeymoon? So,
Don't the tag. Sorry.
Oh yeah, not the asshole. Spoilers. I know, right? Quit making me spoil stuff. So I, 20 female, have an older sister, 30 female, who I'll call Emily. Emily got married 2 months ago to her partner, Danny, 34 male. My siblings and I grew up together, and Emily was a huge influence, along with my other older sister, Mary, 27F. They were both wild, and so, from a young age, I knew a lot more than I was supposed to about partying, dating, etc. Nothing weird or scandalous, really. Mary got married 4 years ago, and I'm really close to my brother-in-law. He knows about her partying, drinking, and pretty much everything else she did, and he never had a problem with any of it. Well, I've met Danny only a handful of times since they live far away, and so I assume they talked about it all. Come wedding rehearsal the day before, we started sharing interesting stories from our childhood. I'll get back to that. Don't worry. Sorry, there's something that just kind of caught me in how this is all set up. Come wedding rehearsal the day before, we started sharing interesting stories from our childhood. Danny asked me how come I've never dated, drank, or partied. I, not even thinking it might be a big deal, said that after hearing all the stories from my older sisters, never really wanted to or felt the need to. Danny looked a bit confused but said nothing. Mary just glared at me. Later, Mary told me Danny knew nothing of Emily's wild days. I apologized to Emily and she told me it wasn't a big deal. I hadn't thought about it in 2 months, but Emily and Danny visited us yesterday. Danny was nice as ever, while Emily was a bit standoffish. While Danny was out with our dad, Mary and Emily ganged up on me and told me Danny was mad at Emily for lying and that I ruined their wedding and honeymoon. So what caught me was I forgot some timeline stuff going on, but now it's kind of crazy that this is fucking 2 months later. My mom heard us talking, came into the room and chewed out my sisters for blaming me for Emily's lies. After they went to my sister's place, they were going to stay with her for a couple days prior to this incident. I started feeling anxious and bad about what happened and the part I played in it. My mom told my dad and brother what happened and they both said I did nothing wrong. And my dad said he will make my sisters apologize, but I don't want them to get involved. So am I the asshole for ruining my sister's wedding and honeymoon? There is a bit of an update, but we'll get to that in a sec.
So that all happened after they were married?
So there's a 2-month time skip here. She tells brother-in-law Danny the night before the wedding that she doesn't really even tell them anything. That's the best part.
Right.
She just he asks her why she doesn't really party or drink or anything. And she goes, and I heard enough from my older siblings that I don't care to figure it out and deal with that.
Wasn't for me.
Doesn't really seem like it for me. I heard enough from my sisters, right?
Yeah.
And that's the end of that conversation. That's all. That spawns into.
It was like, interesting.
Yeah.
She said siblings,
right?
Not sibling,
right? Well, older sisters is what she said, but I guess that spawns into Danny, the wedding being kind of weird, and I guess the honeymoon being kind of weird. OP doesn't find out any of this until 2 months after. Like there's a whole 2-month period in which they now come over. Danny's being nice, but now Emily is upset and mad. And we find out why. We find out more of what's going on in that front. But just initial, I think it's pretty fucking clear.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No, you're not.
You didn't know you were stepping on anything.
Nobody told you this ahead of time. You didn't know you were supposed to keep that shit on lock.
And that is pretty much the general consensus. It's like, I can't fucking keep a secret that I didn't know was a secret.
Absolutely unfathomable to lie to your partner like that.
Also, yeah, don't lie to your fucking partner.
Well, was there a lie? Was there a lie there? Was she like saying that she wasn't a partier or something?
She was very.
It's a lie of omission, my dude.
She was very specifically keeping that part of her past away.
I see.
Like on that front, I would say, I'm not gonna keep that secret anyway. That ain't for me to. I don't give a damn. Like, that's you, motherfucker. That's what you get. Like, to quit lying to your goddamn partner. There's a philosophy, especially particularly in my family, of I'm not gonna snitch, but I'm not gonna lie for you either. So the best you can do is make sure they don't ask me, because if they talk to me about it, I'm just gonna tell them the truth. I'm not about to lie for you. And that's been something that's been kind of a mantra in my family for a long time, and one I adopted pretty much back in like high school. Of like, I will tell anybody straight up, if you are trying to keep something away from somebody else, depending on what it is, if it's criminal, I'm telling everybody, fuck you. Unless you can cut me in on a piece of if it's white collar crime, cut me in. But if you're trying to lie to somebody for some odd reason, I'm not gonna go out of my way to fucking tell them. But don't ask me to lie for you, because I'm not going to. Yeah. I'm not keeping that secret for you. Fuck off. Yeah. Like, I mean, fuck that noise.
The thing too is, like, she wasn't even confessing anything.
She didn't confess anything.
She was just like, oh, nah, I just never thought it was for me, since, I heard enough from my older sisters or whatever.
Which could literally mean anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It could literally mean, my sisters had partying friends and they told me stories. Like it literally could just
There's
be
so
like,
many ways to interpret that.
It's so many ways to interpret that. That even if I'm going to be on Mary's side here, or Emily's side here, and say, if you really wanted to keep this lie going, just go, we told her stuff about some friends of ours, and we used to tell her stories that we heard from our friends, and kind of daisy chaining like experiences that way.
Emily's a bad liar.
Emily's just a really bad liar, which is why she hasn't told Denny anything. But so clearly not the asshole, because that's a fucking stupid thing to be mad at somebody over. You cannot be mad at somebody for not keeping a secret you didn't tell them was a secret.
And I wouldn't say you ruined the wedding.
They didn't ruin shit. You didn't ruin shit.
It still happened. They're still married, or at least at the time.
Danny
of
seems
this
to be accommodating to this new information. Well, like,
the wording makes it sound, I don't know. For some reason, when he first said Danny was as nice as ever, I don't know why. It made me sound like he was. Actually, she doesn't really. She just says he was nice as ever. She doesn't really say he was like overdoing it or anything.
Yeah, no.
But
well, to me, it makes it seem like Danny's behavior towards her didn't change.
Yeah,
but Emily's behavior towards her did change,
and that's where the update's going to come in, because we're going to find out something really stupid about this scenario. Not like the worst thing in the world, but it's very stupid. Like when it's laid out. So update. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for answering and reaching out privately. We did have the dreaded talk, but first, I'd like to address some comments and concerns. My brother-in-law asked because while pretty much everyone drank alcohol, I didn't. It wasn't ill-intended, and there was no hidden agenda. Emily, to my knowledge, never partook in any criminal behavior. They're all Orthodox Christians. I'm an atheist, while Danny is Catholic. I don't even know if Danny knows I'm an atheist, since we haven't really talked about religion outside of the wedding. I don't think this had much of an impact, but I noticed some people were wondering. We are not in a cult.
What?
I have no idea. Both of my people, I read some of the comments. People were reading extra deep for some reason.
That doesn't surprise me that people might think that.
Yeah.
Because it's Reddit.
Right. Both my brother-in-laws are lovely people. They could be considered a bit more uptight, but they truly are good people. Who and how many people my sister had slept with is no one's business, and I will not indulge in discussing it, nor will I shame anyone for it. Yes, I did say stories from my sisters, which do include a lot of stories about other people. So in reality, I didn't really reveal anything, as we were saying. I wish my sister and brother-in-law nothing but the best, and of course, a lasting and healthy marriage with communication. My sisters are idiots. Well, they are, but not how you think. Sibling compliment. And no, my brother-in-law isn't interested in me more than my sister. I can't even. Our family dynamic is...
Did anybody get that? Oh my God.
Why would he be asking you about your lifestyle choices? He must want to fuck his fiance's little sister.
Why would he interact with you at all?
Why would he be as nice as ever to
Men
her?
can't talk to women without wanting to bang.
I prefer when my partner ignores my family.
Our family dynamic is fine. It truly was, in our opinion, a stupid misunderstanding. Sorry, I know this is already long, but on to the talk. Basically, my sister and brother-in-law are both idiots, with much love. Turns out my brother-in-law was upset she didn't tell him everything, but he got over it quickly. He didn't mention anything for almost 2 months because he thought Emily was upset with herself and the situation, so he didn't want to make it worse. Now my sweet idiot sister, though, those somethings thought something similar. She forgot the T. Yeah. I'm not stupid. I was reading it right. I was just also reading it wrong. That he was upset with her, so she didn't want to make the situation worse than it already was. So to clarify, they both thought the other was more upset, and therefore both were not talking about it and making them each themselves more upset and more awkward. That's what happened here.
Stupid ass motherfucker.
So basically, the wedding and honeymoon were ruined because they had an awful case of worrying about the other one and walking on eggshells around one another. My brother-in-law was never upset with me, and my sister wasn't really upset with me either. Before visiting us yesterday, Emily went out for coffee with her friend, Lexi, about 30 female. Lexi has always been interesting. She's one of those people who only care about themselves and are never happy for their friends. Shocking. The misery loves company single friend. Who would have thought? I don't know if she's single, but it makes me feel like she is. Don't ask me how Emily hadn't noticed. As friends do, Emily confided in Lexi and she told her Danny is probably preparing to leave her. And that's why he's distant.
What?
Plus that she deserved it. So this girl is manic anxious. Fucking shit, bro.
Wow.
What is this, a fucking rom-com?
Oh, no. Okay, I read this incorrectly the first time around. Emily confided in Lexi, and I think what this is saying, Lexi told her Danny is probably preparing to leave her, and that's why he's distant, plus that she deserved it.
Damn.
Bro!
Still, this is fucking rom-com ass bullshit.
This is rom-com level bullshit.
What kind of friend? Okay.
Terrible friend. This is toxicity is what we call that. So Emily
cut Lexi out.
Right? So
you need
Emily,
to cuddy.
You need to cuddy. So Emily went to my sister's upset, and later we had the disagreement. It wasn't even a disagreement. You just got dogpiled on for no reason. Both Mary and Emily sincerely apologized for attacking me and to the rest of the fam for the stress. Later yesterday, they went to my sister's, and Emily started crying while she thought Danny was out. Danny heard her, and they finally talked it through. It took y'all 2 months. Wow. It took y'all 2 months. Right after the wedding. This is 2 months literally from wedding day.
Let's say it together.
Communication. Oh my fucking goodness. Their conclusion was that they were both idiots. The cherry on top was the fact that about a week before visiting us, Emily found out she was pregnant. Pre-wedding baby, by the way, I was told. So when she went to my sister crying about a possible divorce, she told her she was pregnant. I guess that's why Mary took her side. I apologize to both Emily and Danny for the part I played in this mess, and they said that what y'all said too, that I can't lie about something if I don't know I'm supposed to lie. And I'm supposed to, and that I shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. So as of now, Lexi is out. Good. We're all fine, and I'm getting a nibbling.
A nibbling.
I have never heard the term nibbling before.
Did she spell it like that?
Yes, Nibling, which I'm assuming is the term for a niece or nephew before you know their gender, I guess.
That's not what it sounded like at first.
I think it's. Are you sure Stud does autocorrect for sibling?
I hope she's not getting a sibling as it's her sister that's pregnant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she could be, but
nibbling implies the consumption, and I don't like that.
It implies a couple other things.
There's not another B in there. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm honestly really curious. I was curious when I first read this too. Is nibbling a thing? A nibbling is a gender-neutral term for a sibling's child, such as a niece or nephew.
Huh. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't either.
I hate the woke liberal agenda. Next year. And Danny and Emily decided to have a do-over honeymoon on their anniversary next year with the baby. Moira Rose, anyone? I have no idea. Sluv, do you understand
They're
that?
pulling shit out of...
This is 20-year-old Gen Z / Gen Alpha humor for fucking certain. All in all, probably a disappointing update for some, but I couldn't be happier with the outcome. Edit. I thought it was about her drinking because through Emily's crying, that's what Mary thought too. Yeah, it has nothing to do with, I don't know, huh? I guess she thought the upsetness was about, I don't know what that edit's about. Yeah, there's not really that this one is any more of a discussion than the other one I was planning on, but it's fucking It really is. Every single time it's just about communication.
Boys, you gotta talk.
And these motherfuckers are 30.
Yeah.
Like, these are not like getting married at 24, fresh out of college and still figuring out how to be adults. This is, I mean, you can still be figuring out how to be an adult at 30. I can attest to that shit.
You went to adult college and you graduated.
You went to college, you graduated. You probably have a career job somewhere. At least one of you probably. Maybe not. Who knows? You never have to be pushed into a career.
The figuring it out phase of
But
your life.
you're
pretty
through the
solid.
figuring it out phase. Your frontal lobe is complete. Like, you're...
You gotta just talk.
Can we just talk?
Turns out that you're too fucking stupid.
Talk about where you're going.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Where's that toxic friend? Let her get you wound up, crying for her, your partner.
Holy shit, you went to a friend and she literally told you, your life's falling apart and you fucking deserve it, bitch.
He's gonna break up with you and gonna leave you, and it's your fault.
And you're pregnant and you're gonna be a single mom.
Cry about it.
Lexi, fucking
now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom. You let him hit her off. You
Cry about it later.
Oh my fucking goodness. This was so fucking dumb. Yeah, most of the comments are just like, how the fuck? Oh, she does say something. Oh, never mind. Like, everyone is pretty much like, how are you supposed to lie about something you didn't know was supposed to be a lie? Like, yeah, like a lot of people were saying, like, yeah, they're down to have like their sibling and family's backs to like lie about stuff for them. Once again, don't agree, but it is what it is.
How'd you know you're supposed to keep a secret?
But how am I supposed to know I'm keeping a secret if I don't know it's a secret?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to do for you.
You would have thought that would have been something that y'all talked about before, like
Right.
your past, like, or your past dating.
Especially considering other sister and other husband have talked about this. It hasn't been like they were also keeping it a secret.
Right.
But it's all's well that ends well kind of situation. Like, this update was, while not very salacious, it was very much like what you would hope for. Lexi got cut the fuck out of the picture. New husband and new wife got a fucking kick in the caboose on, hey, fucking talk, you idiots. And I'm saying that derogatorily. I don't give a fuck about your love for your siblings. They're fucking stupid. And yeah, all's well that ends well. And just hope, let that be a lesson for the future. And for anybody else reading this, fucking talk to your partner. Because also, don't lie. Don't hold back shit. If you have to feel like hiding parts of yourself, you have to hide parts of yourself from your partner, even if they're in your past. I think that is far and away a bigger indicator of incompatibility.
All's well that Dumbo.
Yeah. All right.
So we hit the gym.
Yeah. Sweat it out.
Can we just cock?
No.
Can we just cock?
And the other one, am I the asshole for not paying my friend for the Airbnb she rented for our friend group? We're not going to do the TLDR. So my friend, Jill, 24F, and myself, 20F.
You're her BFF, Jill?
IDK. Decided to take a small beach vacation, just staying one night.
Yeah, we're millennials, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We invited our fiancés, both male 27. Don't know how I feel about that. Not here to judge that age gap. The agreement was that my friend Jill would book the Airbnb and all of that. And at the end of the trip, my fiance and I will send her all the money. How fucking long did y'all date? I'm sorry. Once again, not judging that. My fiance and I will send her all of the money involved in our portion of the trip. My fiance and myself didn't mind this since we both know she is a very particular about planning. Okay, never mind. I am judging it, motherfucker. How long did y'all date to be fiancés? And you're only 20.
That's questionable. That's
and that guy 27.
That motherfucker's 27.
Yeah, nah, I would not be okay with dating
Y'all
someone
weren't
18,
in
19.
college at the same time. I mean, technically you could be. I was 27 in college, but it.
I mean, she could have been 18 when they got together.
No, she could have been, and that's not much better in my opinion.
No, but I mean, I'm trying to think of what her defense would be. it's like, oh, I was 18, so it's okay.
I mean,
like
technically, yes. But he's 27. You're not even old enough to drink yet, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Fluff?
No, I'm just thinking about the age gaps.
Yeah.
At least this isn't one of the ones where they're like, me and my boyfriend 30, me 24. We've been dating for 6 years.
It's like, hold up.
Sorry, we've been dating for 8 years.
Yeah,
I'm more curious how, honestly, I was going to say I'm curious how y'all met, but in the day and age of dating apps, it's probably becoming a lot easier.
And then I proposed to her 6 months later.
This story has nothing to do with any of this, but I am side-eyeing the fiance now. Sorry. Just certain age gaps don't bother me so much as it is the proxy to the 18 mark that's bothering me.
The age, okay.
I said proximity.
I've been on the record with this age gaps around that age range do bug me.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna fucking look down on like a 24-year-old and a what's his age gap, 7 years, a 24-year-old and a 31-year-old. I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm not gonna look down on a 30-year-old and a 45-year-old.
Right, but it's something about like
when
not
you
even
fucking with
old
people
enough
before their prefrontal cortex
is ready to
is when it's still fucking pudding,
and your years past yours being done. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, for me, it's like if you're going to a party at 27 and you're bringing your girlfriend who can't
like
drink
you can't
with
even
you.
drink. Like y'all can't even drink together, depending on where you live. Once again, this could be Australia for all I fucking know.
I'll take a beer and she'll take a Sprite. Like,
which, I mean, in fairness, like even full grown couples can do that. I don't want to keep harping on this, but man, that's fucking weird, bro. Just piss
weird
off.
flex, but okay? Question mark. As long as it's legal.
Not a weird flex. I just don't like it.
It's not a flex.
It's not a flex at all. It is for some people.
Criminal flex?
Certain crews, it is a flex. It is crazy to me that the next oldest in this crew is 24, and both guys are 27. Like just I don't know. Anyway, done harping on it for now, which is going to be in the back of my mind. So the first day of the trip, we were all going to drive directly to the beach, then head to the Airbnb later on to check in. For some context, Jill has some sort of mental disorder. I missed this part. I was so curious because she mentions it down in a comment later.
Yeah, what mental disorder?
We'll get there. We don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
But the second she is upset about anything, she'll throw a giant tantrum until she gets her way. That sounds like narcissism.
Heron?
It
could be a lot of things.
It could be a lot of things. If it's a giant tantrum and it's about something they want, gosh, it could be. It could be histrionic. It could be BPD. If this is all the information.
What was that first one you said?
Histrionic.
What's that?
I don't know any of those terms.
Now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't actually know if it's in the DSM anymore.
I don't know that term either.
But it's basically a heightened level of emotions about everything. Now that I'm reflecting back,
is it just a more scientific way of saying hysteria?
Yeah. Now that I'm reflecting back on my Psych 101 course, I'm like, this probably is just a sexist diagnosis for when women care about things.
That was probably very much from the Freudian era.
Yeah, that one should probably be off the books.
Strike that one from the records.
Yeah, I hope it. She's just a woman.
Yeah, no, we don't know what it is, but the second she is upset about anything, she will throw a giant tantrum until she gets her way. It's the until she gets her way bit that makes me think this is really not a mental disorder so much as it is she's just a fucking brat. So imagine my surprise when I'm enjoying the day at the beach, turn around, and there's Jill shouting at her fiance's face. After calming her down, she finally told us what made her react that way. She saw him looking at another woman.
How dare him?
How could you?
When I'm right
at
here.
The beach. Anyway, after all talking it out, we decided it would be best if they talked things out privately. They went back to the Airbnb while my fiance and I stayed at the beach waiting for them to text or call to come join them, which was our agreement. We waited until about 7 p.m., 4 hours after they left, before calling them ourselves. Jill picked up and shouted, "What?" We asked if we could come back to the Airbnb, and she hung up on me. We called her fiance. He picked up after a few minutes of calling and apologized, letting us know he didn't think heading back there would be the best idea. We got a hotel for the night. We called back. How fucking good is the pussy? Like, how good is that pussy? Because there's no fucking way my dignity as a human and as a man, and I will reach into the fucking patriarchy for this one. There's no way my dignity as a man would let me put up with that on some it's great weather-wise bullshit. Like, there's no fucking way y'all are having these kind of disagreements and you're not even fully married yet.
Yeah.
Y'all are engaged. And I don't believe this was any different during their dating phase. Like, how good is that pussy? Like, that snatch has to be the fucking most fantastic thing in the world.
He's staying.
That shit has to cure cancer. I do not understand. So, yeah, they just got told they shouldn't go back to the Airbnb they're supposed to be sleeping in tonight. Because reminder, they're in a different town.
Yeah.
Very far away, assumedly very far away from their original home, with nowhere to go but the Airbnb they're still supposed to be staying in tonight. We go to fucking Ohio. You and Bailey get into a massive argument. Go back to the Airbnb we're all supposed to be staying in, and then not call me and Fluff. Me and Fluff have to call y'all for you to go, she's pretty pissed. We're probably best that y'all don't come back to this Airbnb. So we got a hotel for the night.
Wow.
We called back in the morning to ask if we were still on for our other activities. Better than me. They ended up going back home.
Wow.
My friend sent me a Zelle request for half of the Airbnb price this morning.
No.
I reminded her my fiance and I never even got to step foot into it. Her argument was, since we agreed to pay half of it beforehand, it doesn't matter that we didn't stay in it.
No.
Because she only agreed on the basis she would pay half of it, not all. I disagreed. I'm not paying a few hundreds for something I didn't even get to use. No shit.
And also, you never agreed to pay for your own hotel.
On top of that, we paid for our own hotel. No. My fiance agrees with me that we don't owe her anything, but he thinks we should just pay the money to get over it. I would normally agree, but I don't want this to be a gateway. I don't want her in the future to think that she can pull the same stunt. The fuck you mean in the future? Because how does this friendship continue?
Yeah.
I don't want her in the future to think she can pull the same stunt and have us pay for her poor decisions. Am I the asshole for not paying for the Airbnb I never got to use?
So does she say how long she's been friends with this person? Because
No.
how often has this happened?
I don't know.
Because this doesn't seem, because she says that she has a mental disorder of some sort.
Here's what I'm kind of curious about, because it only because you like raised that question, because she doesn't mention how long they've been friends.
Yeah.
She might in a comment somewhere. I don't know if anyone even asked, because the situation's so fucking unhinged. By wording, it makes me think that this has happened previously, but it could also just be the thing Jill told her, this is what it's like after this episode. Possibly. She doesn't mention it that way, so I don't think that. But it's like,
well, there are different ways it can break down. We don't have much insight.
We don't have the insight or the information to break that down unless we specifically ask her.
Information in the comments.
But actually, you know what? Let's look into that. Let's see if there's any. She mentions any comments about how long they've been friends. I wish you could filter the comments on the post by poster.
You might had any competent tools for sorting.
That would be nice, even with the Reddit hand suite. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm not gonna scroll too much of this. Unfortunately, this post came from like last year. So it's been there, and they seem like a pretty active Redditor. Redditor. So if they mention anything about how long,
God damn it, Fluff.
If they mention anything about like how long they've been friends, or if anyone asks,
certified what? Are those just tags that
certified proctologist?
Oh, people could just give themselves tags like that?
I think so. I don't know how
asshole enthusiasts.
Oh yeah, these are tags. I think this is just based on their level of like engagement with the subreddit. And that's the kind of stuff. So it looks like the amount of, I'm assuming, because it has like a number after it, it must be the amount of times they've commented on stuff. Anyway,
Sorry.
So whatever, if she mentions how long they've been friends, I don't know. I haven't found it. I don't care to go digging into it because it doesn't matter. That's just entitled. That's not, you don't get to chalk that up to mental disorder. Even if we knew exactly what the disorder was and exactly how it worked and that she does in fact have whatever fucking disorder, that's not an excuse for this behavior. That's actively just being a dick. Even with a disorder. Like you literally left your so-called friends that you're doing a fucking vacation with basically out without shelter because you are letting whatever the fuck. Once again, if we go off that this is in fact a disorder of some sort, you're letting your disorder go completely unmanaged to the point that you have your friend and her fiance, creepy ass age gap aside, you just fucking leave them out of the dwelling that they're supposed to be staying in with you. And then the unmitigated gall the next morning to still left early, by the way, while they had to go stay in their fucking hotel.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they even told them that they left, just that
they're gone. We're fucking gone. And it was once again one of those things that if they hadn't called you, you were never going to call them. Left and then still have the unmitigated gall to send a Zelle request for half the Airbnb.
You suck.
You just suck as a human. You are beyond toxic. You're just toxic. Fucking mental disorder or no mental disorder, you're still toxic.
Toxic.
Because outside of your emotional, because you still control your reactions. You still chose to think that you were entitled to half of the Airbnb. You still
that alone makes OP not an asshole because you're
literally it wouldn't hold up in a court of law.
That wouldn't even hold
literally
up.
In order for there to be an agreement between two people for an exchange of goods, somebody has to get something.
Yeah, like
you can't just be like,
you cannot.
You told me you would give me this money, so give it to me.
Yeah,
like
you cannot bill me for a sale in which you did not provide the good.
What are you gonna do? Throw a tantrum?
Yeah, that's the kind of pettiness.
What are you gonna do? Lock yourself in your Airbnb?
It's like no, y'all can go sit in your car and have this argument while I go hang out in the Airbnb.
Right.
You wish for fucking. So I'm not letting you, especially if I know that you're like this. If I know you get this way, there's no way I'm letting you go to that Airbnb without letting me in first. Fuck you. This one is like obviously an open and shut. Like it's just crazy that this is a thing. And I have to question how naive OP is.
Yeah, because you had a point. You probably would not have.
I have a feeling that they wrote this to convince their fiance.
What do you mean?
Oh,
because they said their fiance wanted to pay the money to get it over with.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they were trying. I feel like they wrote this to get ammo so they could be like, look, we're not doing this.
I don't understand why the fiance feels so fucking he feels so entitled to.
Oh, just a fucking people pleaser.
Yeah,
he's very possible.
He sounds like he's just like the non-confrontational type to be like, just give her what she wants and let's get over it.
Kind of, I guess, yeah, because now you don't want to be on the end of her fucking ire, especially if this is your fiance's friend. But it's like, bro, no. When she pays you back for the hotel y'all had to stay in, you can pay back for half the Airbnb. Like, Jesus Christ. It's fucking gnarly, but that was a couple quick Reddit stories for today. I say quick, we've been at this for a minute.
A minute.
Yeah. I have 2 more bits and then 1 bit that kind of crosses over into your bits, and then we'll move on to that. A lot of bits crossing. So, unfortunately, to bring the mood down a little bit, we have a couple deaths that happened. This one happened, I'm fairly certain, like the night we recorded last week. If y'all recall the meme of a man getting arrested while trying to eat his succulent Chinese meal.
I don't.
They're like pushing him into the car.
And they're pushing him into a cop car. Unhand my penis!
What?
Y'all know this. I'll have to show y'all.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent
What, Chinese meal?
Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well.
What?
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
It's been so long since I've seen this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Unhand my penis.
Unhand my penis? You really never seen that?
No.
Really?
Are you ready to receive my lip penis?
Yeah, he passed away.
I waiting to receive my limp penis.
He passed away at 82 years old.
Now the cops are receiving his limp penis in heaven.
Well, I was gonna say, I wonder what the angels were trying to do when they were bringing him up. It was like he was like, oh no, unhand my
penis.
I see you know your judo well.
It's a dramatic 1991 arrest.
Lord, are you ready to receive my lip penis?
This is democracy benefit.
So like it became a massive meme, right? Like it's just super viral. But yeah, he was a prison escapee and an on again, off again petty criminal. He's not a great man.
Okay, so he did do some.
He did bad stuff. He was getting arrested for the crimes he committed. It's just kind of, it's one of those. It's just, I don't know. It just kind of popped up and it was like, huh.
This is democracy
See, manifest. He passed away at 82, and that was one death that happened. And then yesterday, was it yesterday or once again this morning? It might have been this.
If it was yesterday, it was late last night, and if it was this morning, it was early in the morning.
No, it was midday yesterday.
Okay.
The original voice actress for Misty in Pokemon passed away from cancer. Misty is the voice that I would know the best. She was also Gon's aunt in Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
She voiced her, passed away at 46.
Wow.
That's too young.
Yeah,
Very
breast
much
cancer.
so.
It's incredibly, like, way too. It's very sad.
I saw Pokemon, their Twitter or X account, whatever, posted on behalf or said it had a statement.
Oh, I haven't seen a statement yet.
I didn't read it, but they did post it. I saw a notification pop up on my phone earlier today.
Her name is Rachel Lillis, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just very unfortunate news to hear. Scrolling through.
Sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like didn't want to, not to bring it down too much, but just that's very sad. And she's a voice of a generation.
Did she voice any other characters?
She voiced quite a few, but none that I could have straight up told you who they were. It's one of those things of like a famous anime voice actress probably voices a lot of voices that. Let's go down the list, shall we? Where is her? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just pulled her up. Yeah.
Very young. Like she's not old at all.
Right.
Which is, this makes it so much worse. Now everybody's going to do their in memory of behind the voice actors. So she did. Oh, I didn't know she did Jigglypuff and Goldeen in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, wow.
Hunter x Hunter voices. Fate Stay Night. Like Agent, more Jigglypuff and Goldeen. Probably the same clips. More Pokemon stuff. She did a lot of stuff with Pokemon. Dinosaur King. Never heard of that one.
Oh, she played a Jessie once.
Oh, yeah. In the movie, the Lucario movie.
Oh,
and in the show, in Pokemon Chronicles.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even realize they had different voices. Winx Club.
Hobby.
What else we got? More Jessie. More Winx Club. More Pokemon.
Chick.
Mm-hmm.
Thorchick.
She played Jessie a lot. I'm amazed I didn't get mentioned more.
She wasn't like the main one, was she?
I don't think she was the original one, or maybe she was.
They keep. She keeps
I don't
showing
remember
up.
if this is in reverse chronological order. It is.
I think it is.
I
yeah.
think she did just voice Jessie in like the whole series.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So yeah,
So she was
y'all
Jessie,
need to update
Misty,
that to Misty and Jessie, like
right, like half the Pokemon seen in the show,
and Jigglypuff, like
Jigglypuff in and out,
early Jigglypuff.
Vulpix, Pokemon the first movie, and Pokemon.
Yeah.
And this girl was working.
I like how they just used a picture of Jesse's mouth.
Nice.
The only important part of Jesse. No, I've seen Jesse with wet hair, and that created things within me that I wasn't expecting.
Demons I've yet to quell.
Yeah.
Jezebel.
It's really interesting, and I'm saying this because this was when I was still a kid. It was interesting because I've never cared that much about Jesse until a scene in which because in most shows you never like if the character hair gets wet, it still just maintains the shape. I don't know what the fuck is going on between what's going on here.
Jezebel.
It is. That's what it said.
Yeah, go scroll down.
Is it down?
Yeah.
She Jessie Bell.
Oh, I thought you were just calling her a slut biblically.
No.
No. She
is that her sister? Yeah,
yes, that's the one. Because in most cartoons, if the character hair gets wet, it just keeps the same shape. And for whatever reason, they decided in Pokemon that when Jessie got her hair wet once, it like properly like saturated and dripped down. And I had never had a crush on Jessie before.
Until that
and
moment.
then that happened.
So
I was
you
like,
like manic Jessie?
Not manic. She was coming out of the water. I like hair down Jessie and short hair Jessie because she did have short hair in one of the seasons, and that was like, it really was just the hair for me. I didn't care much for the hair, but holy shit, when it's short and or down, it's all of a sudden a whole lot. I like how they separated out Kids WB Pokemon. Digital voices on her. So she did like she's obviously most of her work has been in the Pokemon sphere.
It's like seaweed.
Oh shit, was she the original voice of Pikachu?
What?
Because that's like first episode Pikachu. I mean, like I think this is like the one time she voiced Pikachu.
On the first episode?
I don't know if it's necessarily first episode or first series, but she does not voice Pikachu ever after that.
But the fact that she got to voice Pikachu though, even once, is big.
I wonder. It makes me wonder if there was still some weirdness on how to use the Japanese voices, because Pikachu says Pikachu like nowadays it's just Pikachu, like it's the same Japanese voice actress who does all the lines for Pikachu because it's just her saying Pika Pika Pikachu. So I wonder if there was just some like weirdness in licensing initially, so they had just an American person do it. I don't know. Very interesting. But yeah, Rachel Lillis, rest in peace. That was very unfortunate to hear.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fans helped raise money for her breast cancer treatments, but she did ultimately succumb to it. So rest in peace on that. Really condolences and hearts go out to her family and the surviving loved ones. So, all right.
Have you guys watched Aquaman?
Which one?
The one with Jason Momoa in it.
No.
Yes.
I wanted to, and then people were telling me about it, and I was like, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it's not very good. Well, I was surprised by it. Jason Momoa is not a very good actor.
Not really. No, you're right.
Is this the one that ends with like the big battle under the
Yeah,
sea
lots of
with the crabs? Yeah. And Amber Heard was
Super
the
crustacean
red-haired lady.
Is that Amber Heard?
Yeah.
Yes. Because it was a whole big thing right after the first one dropped. No, while they were filming for the second one, it became a big deal because she was in her embroiled battle with
Johnny Depp. And that's why she got like all but like 10 seconds in like the second movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, there were many scenes where I was like, Amber Heard, it feels like Amber Heard right now is looking at Jason Momoa, trying to continue acting, but also being bewildered by how bad he is at acting in this moment.
Which is weird because he played the what's his called dude in Game of Thrones. And I guess that was really like the only other thing I know him from.
I don't know how he
played the dude that banged Daenerys.
I haven't seen any Game of Thrones, but I can probably just guess that a lot of dudes banged Daenerys.
I don't think so.
You didn't even say her name right.
Nope.
I probably didn't either then.
You said Daenerys. You said Daenerys.
Yeah, see, I don't even know.
You got one, Izzy? You want to take a shot?
I'm good.
All right.
But yeah, no, like I don't know. It's weird because I'm fairly certain I've seen him act in other stuff and he does a pretty decent job. I think fucking Aquaman, it's just that run of DC movies was just bad. They were just really bad.
Yeah.
Man, they haven't really recovered since Batman v Superman.
I think even since before then.
Batman, they haven't recovered since Batman v Superman. The Superman movie wasn't even very good.
Yeah.
They've never recovered. They've never.
And it still was not.
They never
great
got
either.
off the ground. Well, except for the multi-million-dollar productions, but you know,
there were maybe a couple.
That first Wonder Woman movie was pretty okay, and then
yeah.
Suicide Squad, the second
Which
one, I think, the second one
was
people were pretty happy with. Neither did
I
I. I didn't see the first one. DC.
The couple Batman movies that
have you guys
dropped,
seen Deadpool? Have you guys seen?
I have not seen Wolverine and Deadpool yet.
Yes.
How was that?
So good.
It is good.
Incredible.
Oh, you two motherfuckers.
It is hard.
In fairness, I knew you were going to go see it.
Yeah.
But you motherfucker.
Sorry, my bad. But no, it's hard to be insanely critical of a movie that knows what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that comes down. I think that's as critical as I can be about it, because it's like every criticism point that you really say about it, it knows. If it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's going to break the fourth wall every 5 seconds. He knows what you're thinking. He knows that Fox and Marvel and Disney and all that shit happens, and he references it 80 million times in the movie and purposely knows he's being annoying about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to
criticize when that's the whole point of the movie, or sort of not the whole point, but like it's hard to criticize something that is an intentionality.
It comes with the landscape. You know it's Deadpool. You know what he's gonna do. Essentially, he's gonna joke. He's gonna joke.
He's going to break the fourth wall. Which is Deadpool's whole thing, even in the comics. Is he's a fourth wall breaker, which leads to one of the best comic series where he realizes he's in a comic and proceeds to kill everybody, and just goes on a rampage through the Marvel universe.
Deadpool kills Marvel.
Deadpool kills the Marvel universe is what it was called, I believe. But yeah, I imagine it's going to be a fun romp. If you like Deadpool 1 and 2, you're probably going to like this. It's Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, but now getting to buddy cop with Deadpool.
It's really enjoyable. It's particularly enjoyable if you've seen the other X-Men stuff.
Yes, I will say that. I've seen none of the other X-Men stuff, really.
Define the other X-Men stuff.
Any of the movies.
Any of the X-Men movies that 20th Century Fox made.
Okay. Yeah.
Or really any of like the superhero movies that 20th Century Fox made.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I know I just dropped I haven't seen any X-Men movie stuff, and y'all are probably like, what? I've maybe seen like Dark Phoenix, I think. I think that was like the one that I remember seeing in theaters with my dad. But other than that, like I haven't seen really or sat through any other X-Men. Logan. I saw Logan too. That was good.
Logan's pretty, yeah.
I saw Logan.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't even consider that one though an X-Men movie, because that was such a removed, like it was like a not a retelling, what do I want to call it, like a remix telling of a side alternate reality X-Men story that really wasn't even an X-Men story. It was a Wolverine and Hawk story, but then Old Man Logan doesn't even have the Hawk sideline stuff in it. I don't know. It's I guess technically it is an X-Men movie, but it's an alternate universe kind of X-Men movie in that aspect.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Logan was really good.
It was really good.
And shockingly enjoyable in black and white. Like you can tell it was actually meant to be shot in black and white, because that's how we watched it.
What?
But yeah.
You were there for Dune night. You might not have been in the friend group when we watched Logan.
You know, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think I was.
No, were you there for Dune, or were you there for Lord of the Rings?
I was there for Dune and Lord of the Rings.
And I want to say we did Old Man Logan before that.
You
before
probably
one
did,
of those.
You know, or I just might not have ended up at that party.
Could have been.
But like, there were a couple parties that I didn't get invited to that I knew you guys were going to. And I was just like, one day.
I think Logan was one of the first ones, and you probably weren't fully in the group yet at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But to Fluff's point, yeah, if you're a X-Men lover, you will like that movie.
Or a hater.
Or hater, yeah.
Not as long as you're not like me, who was ridiculously lukewarm on X-Men for the longest time.
You know, I didn't watch a single one of them. I still thought it was very fun.
Yeah.
And I knew little of the lore of everything.
Look,
I still knew the characters, but I still had a great time with it.
I was going to say, as long as you have Colossus, I'm just going to call her Nova because I was trying to think of her full title, but I don't remember what it is. It's a long one. It's like Supernova Hyper X Kid or something. It's stupid. It's supposed to be stupid, but it's the weird goth girl who gets the pony girlfriend.
Megasonic Teenage Warhead.
There you go. Thank you. Megasonic Teenage Warhead. I was completely wrong. I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah. Dang, I would not have ever.
As long as you like have them, I don't do any other X-Men show up other than Wolverine? Like, do we start getting like bits and pieces of like?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah,
I probably should not have asked that. I'm sorry.
Nor would I know really who was part of the X-Men.
You would have known.
I'll tell you off air.
Fair enough.
Because I know you don't care about spoilers.
Yeah. No, I mean, you would know the important ones that I'm asking about, but I'll talk to Fluff about it when we're done. Yeah, no spoilers here.
Most of you guys would probably know, but I probably. But go see it. It's good.
Yeah. I got to get a chance to go see it at some point. Maybe I won't, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought that it's very funny. It's very, very self-referential. It's a really good time.
It's really a Deadpool movie.
It's a Deadpool movie.
And it knows it's a Deadpool movie.
Ryan Reynolds was great. I think he handles it very well.
He got Hugh Jackman to take on the Wolverine role again.
Yeah.
Because they are like the bromance for life.
That dichotomy is really good too.
They make it seem like they have a genuine friendship off screen. I don't know how real that is or not.
Ryan Reynolds and
Hugh
Jackman have been friends for a long time, and they do a lot of shenanigans together.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I guess really it could be all for social media, but I don't think so. I think it's because they legitimately just have a good friendship.
I'm sure they play it up for social media, but
it seems like there's genuine stuff there.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one interview for
the level of effort you have to put into some of the jokes and stuff they run between each other would be far, like getting t-shirts made of the other's face and like keeping that kind of joke. It's the same as one of the
Critical Role.
Yeah. It's that kind of joke like that. Well, not the craziest effort for like an actor, especially in A-list tier actors. It's still a lot of effort to
It takes time and attention.
Yeah.
It's not like you can have your secretary do it.
You can probably have your secretary. You can probably have a secretary do it. Anyway, what were you saying? I think their friendship is genuine, personally.
Yeah. If I had any criticisms about it, I would say that the plot is a bit shoestring at times. But that's not why you go to see Deadpool.
That's not what you're looking for. Deadpool
That's
for.
not what you're not there for the
like,
most.
That's the kind of thing of like if anyone told me that any of the Sonic movies or the Mario movie had a very like subpar story. Yeah, that's not what I'm here for. That is absolutely not what I'm here for.
I almost cried.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a hard bar to get over.
Yeah, no. Fuck you. Fuck you. Just because it's true.
I'm trying to remember what.
And that's what I mean.
Maybe, huh? I feel like I did get really emotional at some point though. I don't remember what part though.
Of course you did, you stinky man.
Literally,
we went into the theater and my friend who I went to see it with was like, yeah, I've heard that it's much like insert movie is the name I forgot here. It can make grown men cry, and I was like, Deadpool, Deadpool make me emotional. Fat chance. It did. It legitimately did. Which I think is probably one of the features of like very, very like comedic stuff is that sometimes when you when you get the psychological theory is called the theory of arousal.
Tell us more.
I'm gonna move your mic because you're doing the thing where you turn to look at us and you're moving away from your mic.
But then they won't be able to see my beautiful face.
Well, then put it down here.
Oh, fuck. Just sit up. My back doesn't hurt as much anymore.
That's good.
But yeah, basically when you have like a heightened emotion, right, and you flip to another emotion, it tends to stay at that level.
Interesting.
Right.
You've already been primed to feel an intensity, and you're just changing what the direction of that emotion is.
Yeah, like makeup sex. The now you both being like, yeah,
fair enough.
But yeah, like, and so like when you have something that's like really, really funny and then you flip it to something that might be like more emotionally charged, I think it's a little bit easier to get that pop.
Okay.
But the
makes sense actually.
Yeah, overall I thought it was really good. And you could definitely criticize the shit out of something that references itself. I just want to say that. But
I suppose so.
It can definitely be done in a right and a wrong way. I think Deadpool, by its nature, is they've had 2 films to figure it out, and they've been doing a pretty decent fucking job.
Yeah.
And it becomes one of those things of if you're criticizing this, then you're probably not a fan of the whole series. But I don't know. I haven't watched it, so
I haven't watched any of their ones.
You haven't watched the other Deadpools?
No, just because I don't really watch TV, so if people don't invite me, then I usually just I don't see it.
Fair enough.
And unless it's like really, really sticks out to me for something, like it's something that I like, I need to see. I still haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Neither have I. We had to watch that.
That's a good one.
I haven't seen it either.
All right,
y'all haven't seen it?
We'll watch it like Friday or something.
It is a good movie.
But the where's I going with this? But yeah, like just because they make funny jokes about it doesn't mean that I'm okay with the 20th Century Fox acquisition. Or yeah, but anyways,
I'd feel like that's
which one.
You don't have to be okay with the acquisition.
Just Disney in general. That's neither here nor there.
There's a lot of jokes we make about. There's a lot of jokes we make about mergers. That doesn't mean that we're okay with it.
Yeah,
I think that you can separate those out. Wow, fucking sneaker ass topic here. Fucking Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? I had 2 more things to talk about. One of them goes into the Olympics. The other one, I feel is going to be bad to get into it because I think it is going to be a longer discussion, or maybe not, is what we did yesterday. So there is a place, and technically I guess this is really more of a, you kind of started this, but so
I could tell the story.
You could tell the story. Like, yeah, go for it. Tell the story.
Try to go short mode with it.
Right.
So there's an event center that's in our area, and they're opening up the first.
By event center, he means like arcade. Think Craig's Cruisers, Chuck E. Cheese, Dave & Buster's, anything like that.
It's actually Dave & Buster's sister company.
Yeah, actually,
so it's run by the same,
conglomerate.
Yeah. And so it's the first location in this state, which I'm sure most of our audience knows where we live.
It's Michigan. We've said it multiple times. They know we live in Grand Rapids. It's okay.
Michigan.
So first location in Michigan, and it's right next to this mall that we're by. So it's like, oh crap, okay, cool. We got a place, that's close. And one day I was driving, I was looking, I saw a billboard. It was like, hey, come to our grand opening. And then I looked up on their website and I saw that they had this like scavenger hunt happening this week for finding 6 pins, or 6 or 7. No, I think it's like actually 9. It was going on
10.
for like,
I think it was a full 10.
Yeah, it was going on for like a week and a half essentially. And I caught it on like the
Actually, I can guarantee you it was a full 10 because at the event when they did the bowl thing, it was 10 people.
Was it 10? Yeah. I caught it on like the 9th day. It was the 8th day when I saw it, and I was like, oh crap, let me get in on it, because the reward is like a year's worth. If you found one of the regular pins, it's like a year's worth of games and activities and stuff essentially for a whole year.
Rules and stipulations apply, but point being is you can get in.
And it's not as good as it seems on, the big label, but it's still really good.
Well, really, they just want to get you there to spend money on booze, but
right. And then the grand prize was a lifetime of games and activities. We all heard that. Don't know who that was, but we heard it.
He's been letting them go this whole episode. It is what it is.
I'm always letting them go.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you smell them and sometimes you hear them, but they're always happening.
Fair enough. And so
a lifetime, by the way, is officially 35 years now.
Yeah. Fine print says.
The fine print says a lifetime is 35 years.
35
That's
years.
what a lifetime is.
I got 2 years left.
We're almost out of here, bro.
You're done.
We're done. Anywho.
So I was like, okay, crap. Well, I guess, there's only a couple more days left of the scavenger hunt. Let me get in on it. And so the deal was they drop a clue at 10 a.m. every day about where that pin is hiding for the day. So I was like, okay, tomorrow I'll look at the clue. I'll go and I'll try to find it. So the next day came.
Bitch, don't say nothing to us.
Well, because I was like, I don't know if it's even feasible, right? Like, I was like, I don't even know if this is a thing. Like,
Fair.
What if it's like, I don't think it was a scam, but like, what if it's like you get there, but there are people who are already scheming like hours ahead and they're just like camping the place
Fair
or something?
enough, yeah.
Like, I didn't know how serious it was. So I was like, let me just see what's up and try it out. And so I got the clue. The clue came in at like 10:04 and it said something about 42 tons. And I was like, okay, what's 42 tons in Grand Rapids or whatever?
Like the most famous sculpture we got here.
The Calder. So I was like, I bet. So I race down to the Calder and I get there and there are already like 3 or 4 people just like basically circling the Calder like sharks, seeming like they're looking around for this pin. One of them comes up and he's like, hey, you looking for the pin? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's gone. We think that somebody probably came here earlier and picked it up. And we're like, I'm like, well, I'll look around a little bit and see what happens. And people started to disperse until it was just me and this other guy. And then we see in the corner, there are 2 women, one of them with a backpack on, who kind of sidle up and take a picture of them with the Calder. So we're like, oh, they're probably just here to just hang out. That look like a tourist selfie pic, right? Mm-hmm. But they get closer and they're just staring at us. And then we go up to them and we're like, hey, so are you here for the pin? And so one of them takes off the backpack, puts it down, opens it, and pulls out the pin. And I'm like, oh, you got it then. Like you found it.
Rush them!
And she's like, no, we're here to actually drop it.
She can't take all of us.
Right.
Maybe she can.
And we're like, oh, so you didn't drop it yet? And she's like, no, we didn't know that the clue dropped until they told us late. And we're like, oh.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like, apparently, like, they were waiting for them to tell them to drop it, which is kind of backwards in my opinion.
That is a little backwards given what we know about both of those ladies now, but...
Right. So, anyway, I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, this other dude comes off from the other side of the plaza, and apparently that dude and this other dude that I'm with are working together to try to find this pin. And they were currently, at the time, posted up at the zoo, because they thought it was going to drop at the zoo for some reason. Like, they were posted up there before the clue dropped, assuming. So they're working together, and it's them versus me. And so she's like, I honestly don't know what to do. Rock, paper, scissors or something? And we're laughing, and she's like, okay, here's what we'll do. Turn around. So we turn around, and she's like, okay, I'm going to go hide it. And so she hides it somewhere and, takes like a minute or so, says go, and then we turn around and we start booking it to try to find it. Unfair advantage, I'm claiming, right? 2v1, they had 60% of the area that they could have searched themselves. I was in my flops. I was wearing exactly what I'm wearing right now, actually. I was not ready to race or run around the Calder Plaza for a pin.
Boy, you were out there so...
What?
You just act like you got some home training. Jesus Christ.
Nah.
Out there looking like a hoodlum.
Exactly.
Not even bro. Now. You were out there looking like a 36-year-old, like a fucking mid-40s dad.
Yeah. That's how I go out pretty much. If I don't even really, I don't know. There are times when I care and times when I don't. This was a time when I did not care because I didn't think that it would be as serious as it actually turned out to be.
Fair enough.
So
tell the difference.
And then there's you. But no, so they found it, of course. And so I come walking back looking as defeated as I possibly could, to try to garner something. And she's like, you know what? Come back to the entertainment center later today and I'll get you something. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
Sick. Mm-hmm.
So I go back there later and she invites me into their office. And she's like, and I see the golden pin right there, which they're going to drop the next day. So she has it all like ready to go, essentially.
Just hang it right then.
Replace it.
Yeah, just take it and it's like mine.
Where's your Indiana Jones sandbag?
But yeah, she's like, oh yeah. It takes her a full minute to realize who I was because.
Are you serious?
Because I actually got dressed.
Oh. All of a sudden, the homeless man looked a lot more put together, didn't he?
He goes in with like a suit and a tie.
Right.
Well, I had like shorts on. I had my like windbreaker thing on, and I had my contacts in, which is always kind of a shocker.
That always throws people off.
Yeah, and I didn't have my hat on before, but now I had my hat on today, at that point. So she was like, oh yeah. Come in. She's like, yeah, so sorry what happened earlier. That was totally our fault. So here, take these. And she goes in a cabinet, pulls out a whole bunch of free game cards.
The usual lets you know how much money they're actually making off the games and shit, because they just hand those bitches out like candy.
They do.
And we'll get to that part of the story too, because I come into this.
So she does
I'm
that.
always the main character.
And then she hands me pretty much half of the prize for finding the pin, which is an invite to their VIP event, their VIP party event, where you could bring 4 other people essentially, and all go to this like pretty much first big showing of the entire space. And then she gives me a whole tour of the area too, which none of the other people who entered that contest or the scavenger hunt got to get, because they didn't go to the actual place.
Which they probably could, because you could just go there.
Yeah, you really could.
It was just open. Like,
yeah, I didn't get questioned about why I was there. It was like, hey,
they're all like super chill. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
Anyway, that happens, and I'm like, oh, cool. So then I tell these guys about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, so you want to come to this VIP event thing, and the scavenger hunt's still happening. And the grand prize is being dropped tomorrow.
And I was like, fuck it. Yeah, let's do this.
And so
I like a good challenge and a riddle and scavenger hunts.
Yeah.
And because me and him both work from home, it makes that so much easier to just like, I'll be back in a couple hours. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, we're going to take a massive shit.
Sorry, nature calls.
Yeah. Any of my coworkers watching this, or project managers or something, that's what I was doing, but it's okay.
Subscribe and share first, but don't worry about
it. Anyway, so the next day happens, and Rueben and I post up downtown, pretty much what the other two guys were doing the day before.
Right.
I said they may actually go to the zoo, because I'm thinking like, the person who dropped it.
Once we knew like I guess at this time we didn't know the list of locations beforehand, but it's or the previous like locations, we knew where one of them was, and then you kind of found the other ones. It was like, okay, they're hiding them around like quote unquote famous landmarks around Grand Rapids. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, you did figure out. You did end up finding the list of them.
They had a whole list of all where the other pins were found.
So some stuff was like East Grand Rapids Library, Public Library, the Love statue, the Calder we knew happened, and a few other places. So just based off that list, like honestly, Zoo, like John Ball Zoo is a really good guess as to where they would do it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, John Ball Zoo's a place. Meyer Gardens could be a place. And there was one other place.
Rosa Park
Circle, like just that plaza, that area there could be a place. And so I posted up right next to that. I said the Amway could be a place.
Yeah.
So I posted up right next to in that area, and then Rueben went up to the zoo, and posted up there, and then
basically spread out. If our best guess, it was going to be somewhere around downtown, and if we can at least divide and conquer, tactic, right?
Yeah,
like those two dudes who screwed you over the day before.
Yeah,
but anyway, like the clue comes through.
Yep, the clue comes through earlier than 10, mind you.
It
was like 9:54. So it comes in and it says something about like this pin, or forget gold. This pin prefers diamonds.
Diamonds are this pin's best friend.
Yeah. And so instantly I'm like, okay, wait, jewelry? then? And then I'm calling Rueben. He's like, the only diamond
we really get into this shit too. Like we were like serious about this.
Yeah.
I was like, the only diamond I can think of that you would be hiding something anywhere would be like a baseball diamond.
And then I'm like, ooh, that Whitecaps baseball
the Whitecap Stadium.
And I didn't know what it was called. I looked it up and it was like LCM.
Which is weird because it used to be Fifth Third. I don't know when that got changed over to LMCU.
I don't know.
It's LMCU
like
now.
3 or 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, probably the baseball stadium, the Whitecap Stadium. I was like, yeah.
And
it's like not even that far away from that. For some reason, I always feel like it's way further north than it actually is.
Because it's like partway between Grand Rapids and Rockford, so it feels really far away.
It feels super far away. It's not far at all. It took us from where I was at John Ball Zoo. It took me all of like 8 minutes to get there. It was not long at all.
Well,
and
that
was with road work and having to get off the highway early and taking like slide back roads.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's in the part of town where you have like gravel pits and stuff, so it feels distinctly separate from Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, we book it, we take off.
Also, like planning out possible alternatives as we go. Which is fun.
because we're like, okay, so if it's not the baseball diamond, then where else could it be? Okay, there's a Kessler's jewelry store somewhere by East Grand Rapids, and they could be talking about that too. And I'm like doing all this mental math in my head as I'm driving.
But there are so many jewelry stores.
Well, there's a lot of jewelry stores, but Kessler specifically has like some historical value.
Like Kessler Diamonds. Like
Kessler
that's
Diamond is
in
like
their branding specifically.
There's like a weird...
Diamonds is something better friend?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
It was a possibility. And even some friends of ours who were also doing the hunt also had the same idea. Kessler is just a very specific Grand Rapids thing compared to like other jewelry stores type deal, right?
Yeah. And so I was doing all this math in my head as I was driving, and I didn't realize, and I'm about to get off on the exit that leads you right into the baseball field. I didn't realize that I was driving behind a car that was going 40 miles an hour for like 3 minutes. And then when I realized that, I said, oh shit. And I pulled out, and then I get to that exit, and there's a white truck in front of me. And I'm like, surely he's going to turn, right? There's no way. Why would he be going into the baseball field right now?
Mm-hmm.
He goes into the baseball field. I'm like, okay, so surely he's not here for the contest, right? Because, I mean, maybe he's like a worker or something. He pulls up, and there's the group of the I don't know if we said the name of the place. It's called Main Event.
Yeah.
Main Event right here. A whole bunch of Main Event workers there, and they just start cheering and stuff. I didn't know that they were Main Event workers. I was just like, okay, well, maybe
there's just
that's
something else going on.
And
here.
maybe the Main Event people are further in, and so I'm behind him. He starts to get out of his truck, and I'm like, okay, well, while he's distracted, let me go and see if I can actually find the people. So I
hold the fuck up, because that's not what you told me. This bitch told me that he kept going mostly because he didn't want to seem like a creep.
Yeah,
he was like kind of creep. He was like, I don't want to get out and like be like kind of creeping on these folks so they're having a moment.
Right, because I'm like behind the truck, and they're like cheering, and then this older dude's getting out, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe like I don't know what this looks like, and I'm just pulling. I like am pulling it pretty quick. And I pretty quickly stop right behind him.
The assassin.
So I'm like a black dude sitting behind an older white man in a white truck and just staring. Like it don't bode well. So I was like, you know what? Let me just veer off and just like act like I was here to go all the way through.
And then it couldn't have been that much longer after you had already pulled in. I pulled in. So because I was coming a little bit further away than what he was, I got there maybe like 2 minutes after that. And I was able to see, so you pulled in right after him. He hadn't grabbed the pin at that point. You pulled in. So you went further into it. So as I'm pulling in, he's already grabbed the pin. And so as I'm coming past him.
That's at the sign.
At the sign. Before you even actually go into the park. It's like where the park meets like that AJ's water park area.
Because I was like, maybe they like are in the field. Like maybe they put the pin in the diamond. Which
I don't know if you could just get in there.
I don't
outside of
which
events.
After thinking about it, you can't.
Yeah.
they wouldn't let you.
I don't think so. But yeah, so I was able to see that he did have it as I was coming through and creeping through Like legit just saw him like cradling both a child and the pen. And at that point, I call you and let
Rueben
you know
calls
that
me. He's like, they
got it.
And I'm like, oh. And inside, I'm like, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, where? He was like, at the front. I was like, yep.
Because as I park and get out, there's someone there who turns to me and go like, oh, you missed about like 2 minutes. And I was like, you want to know what's real fun? I had a buddy who was right behind him. Who was right there. Could have just hopped out his car, ran by the side, and just yeeted.
Yeah.
He wasn't even that old. He was like fucking 36, maybe.
Yeah. I said old. He's it's true.
Like the dude was holding a clearly like
dusty,
like an 8-month-old. Like he was not that old.
Yeah. And so I come pulling back in.
What you should have gotten out, kicked the child.
Yeah, you pump the child, distract him.
He's got to go after that child.
He has to make the decision on the spot. And in his moment of hesitation,
you stab him.
Incapacitate.
Mind you, in front of a crowd of people.
Pick up the pin.
And then you slap him in both of his ears to discombobulate.
And then turn to the main event coordinators. You asked for this. You brought this on yourself.
I'm just picturing it like a fucking scene in a sitcom, just like, woo! Oh.
I roll up and now he's just getting stomped out by 2 big black dudes.
Bruh.
Just fucking crazy maniacs. They were all super nice about it though. So she was super cool, and at that point she invited us back over again. She was like,
this was the same lady. This was the same
girl,
lady
by
from
the
the other day too.
Because she recognized Kent. And
she was like, I was rooting for you. And I was like,
you could have told us too.
I was right here, but I it was my fault because I did not know that
he
y'all
got
was y'all.
scared. He let the white people scare him. But she invited us back again, and this time I got to go and like tour the main event. So they pretty much the same tours, same still. We got a spiel. We got like a fuck ton of free stuff,
more free stuff,
a lot of free stuff,
and got to try out some of the games too. Actually.
Yeah, we did get to play we got to play one of the VR games. Got to see what the laser tag arena looks like when it's before it was like super dark and all that fun jazz.
So fucking good at it.
We did get to play that Need for Speed. It was really fun. Got to play that Need for Speed game, even though the haptics wasn't working at the time. It was super sick, and like she's awesome, which really makes the whole like she didn't know the location. Was that what she was saying, that she didn't know the location of the first?
She said she was downtown, but she was supposed to be waiting.
So that they don't drop the pen and just have it sitting there so someone can like just stumble upon it.
Right.
But it's interesting because the girl the lady we're referring to is the sales manager.
Right.
Like the person you would think is like kind of in
charge of all
a lot of this
which
stuff.
she was. She said so. She was like, I was busy trying to get all the stuff prepared and everything. So I was like, the day that I went by myself, I was like, yeah, maybe they should listen to you about when
to drop it. Shouldn't you just be like, all right, pins in place?
Yeah.
Even if like at 10, but whatever. Like she is super nice. Like legitimately one of the most friendly people I have ever met in my life.
Was that the really nice lady who stopped by and checked on us, or is that somebody else?
Probably. She was wearing the blue dress.
Okay. I don't think
there was a number of nice folks who stopped by and like I think that was just them.
The service was actually really nice.
I think that's just like first day.
Except for the guy that actively
service.
smelled bad, but yeah.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah. But no, she's the one who came in when we were about to go into laser tag. She walked in. She was the one wearing the blue dress with the girl in the red and the shorts. So that the shorter lady in the blue dress, that's who we're talking about.
I don't think I clocked her.
Probably not. Kind of shocked you didn't.
She was she was the lady who was standing.
I was too busy looking at my laser tag gun.
Fair.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
think we can continuously keep calling her out. We'll show you. We'll show her to you later. But
anyway.
super nice. And honestly, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we went to the VIP night.
Yeah. So the VIP night happened. So all of this took place last Thursday. Well, I guess technically Wednesday and Thursday.
The hunt, the
whole the hunt and the visit happened on last Thursday, and then the VIP night. So they haven't even opened yet. They don't open until Friday this week.
Yep.
So the VIP night happened yesterday, which would be Monday, and we got to go hang out, play, have some pretty decent food. It was catered. It seemed catered. I don't think it's like their usual main fare.
It was like buffet style tacos and
quesadillas. And yeah, just got like a free like $20 on the game card, and for the 2.5, almost 3 hours we were there.
4. Technically,
I'm counting when like things really opened up and we got to actually start doing stuff, right?
I guess.
Like you were there at like 6. I was in the door at 6:30. Fluff was not far behind me. We didn't really start doing anything because
like 7.
Yeah, because then at that point they did the whole speech deal, and after that we bowled first.
Couldn't hear any of it.
Couldn't hear a single word. It's really weird because whatever mic they were talking through was only coming through, and we would have to do a whole thing of showing you like the floor plan of this place to like get y'all to understand what we're talking about. But the way everything was kind of set up, they were specifically, it's an arcade with a bowling alley attached to it, pretty much, which is honestly the coolest aspect of it, in my opinion. But where they were doing like the whole like kickoff announcement thing and like announcing all the winners was in the bowling alley area, and they were talking through a mic that you would think would be set to speak over all the speakers in the building, and I'm imagining that they would be able to, but for some reason they were only speaking through the speakers in the bowling area, in which none of the crowd was in. Like the crowd was all like in the other, like it's not like there's like a wall partition or anything, but it's separated enough.
The way the mic was picking up the audio was like,
we got plenty of video that we can show y'all. Actually, as a matter of fact, I got a full 360 that I can put in somewhere around here that will show you like the area we were standing in. And so what it created was this sense of you could see them talking, you could tell they were talking, but you couldn't hear a fucking word unless you were like standing in front of them. If you were any further than like 20 feet away, you were not going to hear what they were saying. So they introduced a ton of people. The management team, they said a bunch of stuff, and then they brought up the winners. They did like a 10-lane bowl, inaugural bowl, in which they gave away, well, because 6 people hit a strike or something like that, they gave away $1,000 per strike. And then from there it was like just a fun time, just hanging out in this event center.
Free bowling, laser tag, hors d'oeuvres everywhere.
It was. The hors d'oeuvres was crazy. Like hors d'oeuvres. And like legitimately having like workers walk by with a platter of hors d'oeuvres and like offering them to you.
Like waiters and waitresses.
Snatch you some buffalo chicken wings.
Buffalo wings.
Some Sprite, Dr. Pepper on platters.
Dr. Pepper on platter.
Hot dog stuff, like pretzels and stuff like that. It was really good.
So it wasn't like caviar.
It wasn't like caviar.
No,
that would have been insane. And I would have been
stuffed churros.
But it definitely.
I never got to try one of the stuffed churros. I completely forgot to go to the dessert buffet.
Dude, I forgot
dessert
about that
area.
too.
They were pretty good.
I'm so mad I forgot.
It was like an apple pie churro, but more caramel on top. I was satisfied.
That sounds so good.
Damn.
But yeah, that's main event.
Good time.
Very good time.
Yeah.
It was.
I generally don't really care for event centers, but I still enjoy myself.
Yeah. So. It helps when it's free.
Very much so.
Helps when it was pretty much completely free. The only thing I paid for that night was one drink.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that was like excluded was alcohol. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make sure we talked about that because it literally happened yesterday. It was like if we didn't talk about it, it was going to be trying to talk about it next week and be like kind of a weird situation.
Like an unexpected thing that kind of happened because I was like, let me just see what's going on.
Yeah.
And it spawned a whole bunch of good stuff. So
learned about this place on Thursday, and by Monday we were going to a VIP event. Ton of fun.
Yeah.
We're moving up in life. We're becoming more important. Kingz After Dark.
Yes, sir.
We're super influencers now. Nah.
Like, comment, subscribe, 5 stars.
All right.
Where do you want to go from here?
So we could. I'll ask you, One Piece or Olympics?
I'm gonna say those are really the two things that I got.
Right.
We'll do.
And while he does that, you think of your mind.
We'll do.
We have time for that tonight.
We'll do One Piece. All my stuff will be kind of quick, relatively.
Okay.
So
what should I
have?
Open.
Oh,
can I use the battle?
Oh, sorry. Well, let's take a break. We'll take a break.
Check this out.
Okie dokie.
In the most recent chapter of One Piece, Oda added this drawing of Smoker at the end of the chapter. Now, this drawing was done to honor the ending of My Hero Academia.
Which
and you might
did
be
end.
thinking, oh, that's weird. Why would he draw Smoker to honor MHA?
Talk about that.
Well, that's
Well, not a
because
lot.
22 years ago, a fan submitted a drawing of Smoker that was included in the SBS. And who is that fan? Horikoshi, the mangaka of MHA. And like, wow, this is an incredibly wholesome and sweet moment. This means that 22 years ago, a young Horikoshi, a fan of One Piece, submitted a fan drawing of Smoker to Oda while One Piece was running. And now 22 years later, this child turned into a man, made his own manga, which is 430 chapters long, finished it, and this thing is still running. I'm not kidding, I'm being dead serious when I ask this. Who's got better longevity, LeBron or Oda? Because they're both on historic streaks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's fucking wild as shit.
Damn, I need to hop back on My Hero Academia and finish that shit up. Then.
You can now finish it up.
That manga officially finished about 2 weeks ago.
Do you keep up with My
last
Hero?
week. Kinda. Not so much the manga.
You be
but-
watching recap shit for One Piece, so I'm sure you're in the sphere.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the sphere. I know kind of the gist of what happens. Like I've seen like, you know, panels and stuff of like what happens. in
Oh,
the
I've been seeing the memes
stuff.
lately.
So
I was too clear of them, so
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it now.
Yeah.
Since that is something you do care about.
yeah, so I know what happens, but I haven't
your
actually read.
disappointment concerns me.
I don't know what memes he's talking about specifically. but
I can't even like allude to them with you because I guess
we can talk about it later.
we can talk about it later.
No, don't tell me because I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's the problem is that I can only tell you the context of the meme, and I think it'll. Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
So yeah,
if you know, you know.
if you know, you know. Okay, maybe I do know.
You probably know. You definitely know.
Yeah. But
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Fuck!
How did you know?
At the end of My Hero Academia, Snape kills Dumbledore.
What?
That's where it
His
happened.
mind's blown.
Sorry, you had to find out this way.
But my Snary fan fiction is.
I don't know if I'm more upset
It's all polluted now.
at the term snary or that I had to go through the mental path of figuring out what snary meant. Because holy shit.
It's a disturbing image for sure.
It's legit.
It's legit. Like
I
that
listened
is-
to a whole podcast episode breaking it down.
Yeah, no,
It's nasty.
It is real. It's nasty. I'm fairly certain that's where sand lube came from, wasn't it?
I think that's what you. We're not sure. But
We're not certain yet. Yeah,
That seems to be.
it's a strong possibility. Yeah, no, fucking One Piece lasting long enough that someone created fan art. I mean, in fairness to Oda, sort of the same thing happened with Dragon Ball, where Dragon Ball Z had came out so long ago that some kid did his own fan series of Dragon Ball Z called Dragon Ball AF. That kid then grew up, named Toyotaru, who then grew up to take over for Dragon Ball Super as the main story writer.
What's sand lube?
We talked about it last week.
There was a fan fiction where two characters used sand for lube.
Oh. If you just Google sand lube,
it shouldn't come up with anything.
Apparently, it does.
No.
Apparently,
Whoops.
Horses can get sand stuck in their tums, and so this is a fibrous product that's supposed to remove that.
Oh. Okay, not as degenerate as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, it's just like, Which, well, the real reason, because I forgot the mention of sand lube.
Yeah, it was with the whole mayo maggots.
Yeah, mayo. We don't need to revisit that.
Yeah, no.
But well, I was like, in what context are we using this horse's fibrous substance and removing sand from bowels with hairy as Snape?
No, we are not using sand lube. We are using sand as lube. Doesn't make any fucking sense, and I will still stand by that. I don't give a fucking damn about your goddamn
friction
powder.
enhancement.
your powder
it's like if you
theory.
if you try to slide a cinder block across the road, it's not very easy. But if there's
If it's
sand
on
on
sand.
the road, it'll slide.
Yeah,
easier.
but that's
I
rotors.
remember
But
this
that's-
conversation.
but
This
that's
is
like-
this
that's
is
like-
more.
I remember
accurate.
talking about
we're
the new
diving
adult
right back
sci-fi.
into it.
I remember.
Once again, I'm not saying it's like a smart idea. I'm just saying this is.
There is
this
a through
where
we
line.
don't need to
line-
relitigate this. We don't need to relitigate this because we all know that's not how skin works. Anyway,
Anywho,
So yeah,
but yeah,
shit's crazy.
shit is wild.
especially when it's made of sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My Hero Academia was sparked, inspired, ideated, created, published, and fucking finished in the time we still have 5 years to go before One Piece is even close to done.
and the anime is still going. So my question now is, I'm wondering if the anime of My Hero Academia is going to finish before the manga of One Piece finishes. And
Abso-fucking-lutely.
it probably will be.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
It probably will be. So that's also wild to think about too.
This whole thing, there's an entire show's life cycle that is not a small show at all.
One Piece is going to end when we finally actually overthrow the government in real life.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh man.
Speaking of though,
So what else we
You
got?
guys are going to know.
Huh?
Say that again.
Man, so sometimes there's a trope in isekai adjacent comics where the world becomes the world of a story.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, when One Piece finishes, we're gonna start living on the Grand Line.
I mean,
When One Piece finishes, devil fruits are gonna start dropping from your genitals. It's gonna be crazy.
I don't like that. Why there specifically?
I don't know.
I was gonna say trees, but then I was like, we don't all have trees. You know, we all have
genitals.
It was also part of the equation. How can I make this more as uncomfortable as possible?
It worked.
Yeah.
So, in light of, One Piece finishing and figuring out, what's going to end before One Piece is done, remember that remake that got announced that they were remaking the One Piece?
And Netflix, so they're reanimating the fucking series for Netflix.
Netflix, yep, is reanimating, and they're bringing on, and I didn't actually put this anywhere, but the lineup for who's making it, it's Wit Studio, but like the directors of like Attack on Titan, the animators of like, Spy Family and everything. They listed all the names of the individuals who are working on it specifically, who are in charge of it. And these are actual concepts of what it could look like.
No way in shit we're getting this kind of watercolor.
Yeah, I was gonna say
this is feature length movie. If this was just
Like-
a single feature length movie, I would believe we could get something like this. We're not getting this.
I don't
does
know.
We're not
I think
getting
this is
this as a full
official.
series.
that would be
It's like
so
official work.
expensive.
No, is it official work? Absolutely, it is absolutely official work.
Some of that could be like filtered or.
It could be, but I
You
don't.
know, you could look. I don't know what they're gonna do with technology. They're gonna technologize it, but if you were to try to fully like hand draw, like in color, that not only would it be really difficult to maintain consistency between frames, you'd end up with a lot of flickering,
Right.
But it would just be really expensive to do.
That is incredibly expensive. Not to say
But
that
I do love
these studios don't have the money
this,
for it, but yeah,
like feel.
yeah,
Right.
this looks amazing.
Right, and that's a good point. I didn't really take a minute to think about how hard it would be to try to maintain this style throughout a full length, series essentially. But I'm also thinking about all the different arcs too, depending on what they're planning on doing. I guess how long they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna be doing the whole entirety of One Piece, but
Yeah.
like One Piece has been very specific about
Oh, hey,
every
down the
arc
stairs.
Down
kind
the
of has
stairs.
its own style. Yeah, down these stairs, man.
Girl, down these stairs, girl.
Oh, I was talking about Down D Stairs, the character.
I know.
But One Piece in the current running, the current manga, or sorry, anime, is very distinct about every arc gets a style.
Does that man just have a piece of... Does he just have a shit emblem?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like golden. The golden.
It's golden.
We are the golden shits.
So I'm interested to see if this is like, if they're planning on maintaining the exact same style throughout the entirety, or if they do plan on making some changes between arcs, and how well that will hold up over years of animating this series. Because I'm assuming it's going to take them quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not as long as the original anime, of course, because they're going to be making some, decisions on what to cut, what to expedite, and whatnot.
I don't know if I should be shocked by this, but this is a lot of art.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm more shocked that they released this.
This feels like a leak. Oh, it's from a book, it looks like. Okay.
Kind of. So this is like One Piece Day. This is like One Piece week, day, whatever. Like a whole day / week of like One Piece announcements in the year. Like the big One Piece stuff happened just recently.
Okay.
So this was a huge
But it sounds
drop.
like their lineup is pretty like
stellar. Yeah.
Proven, studded.
Yes, it's goated.
Because Spike's family,
Yeah.
really good.
It's goated. And everybody is really excited for it, especially after seeing all of these concepts dropping. It's like, oh, wow, okay. If they're putting this much effort into, if these are concepts and not actual like style, references, like this is what it's going to look like, even these concepts are really promising. So, I don't know. We're excited.
Yeah.
It's a One Piece dub.
It'll be the way I get to go and then actually like experience the originals properly. Because right now, literally, only thing I know is what y'all tell me. My One Piece knowledge starts at Wano arc, and I'm just going from there.
Usopp's nose is so long because a stick got shoved through the back of his head.
I believe it.
I haven't heard that one before, but I believe
have no choice but to believe it. I don't know any different.
They use it to flick the bean.
Ah, that makes sense.
If you're gonna have it, use it.
Yeah. If you got it.
I think that nose is like tickling her sternum.
Way up there,
Down
Morty.
there.
Way up
Unless he
there.
has his mouth down by her knees.
Why not both?
Why not both?
She just dies.
All right. We've been dancing around this bullshit, and this will be the last thing for us before we get into Manhua. I hope this is still up because I've been here at the Olympics. I've been going out of their way to take a lot of this stuff down.
Yeah, they're very controlling about.
Okay, we're still good. So stop it.
The music too.
The music is fucking great. So with Olympics wrapped up now, wrapping up whatever's going on there.
I think it is.
I think it's wrapped up. I think it ended on the 11th. We are this was the first Olympics to involve breakdancing, or breaking as they decided to name the event. And we got to see dancers from all around the world compete in the time-honored tradition of breakdancing.
And it actually is the last that we will have it as of now.
Did you confirm that?
It is confirmed that they're not bringing it back.
They're not bringing back. And I'm not saying it's this chick's fault. What I am saying, it's very possible it's this chick's fault. As it turns out, it is possible for you to go to the Olympics, be an Olympic competitor, and not score a single point in the field that you're competing in.
She didn't score a single point?
She didn't score. She literally goose-egged.
Wow.
And this was the wonderful moves in which she decided to bring to the world stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't sat and watched the whole routine like that, actually.
Her performing name is Ray Gun.
What?
Yeah. So I did get some more information because Michaela looked it up.
Yeah.
And did some sleuthing because
As did I. We'll see.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have
we'll see what you have to say first. It might already go over what I got.
Yeah, so apparently she is supposedly good, but for the stage of the Olympics, she decided to do something different. And
She decided that this, I know no one in this particular room, but I know by and large in just society as a whole, people get real tired of what they call black people making everything a race issue. And bringing race into things that shouldn't be about race, or so they say. Yeah, good luck on that.
Just leave me to my bullshit.
That's fair. Breakdancing is a dance form created by black people. It was very much an urban culture thing created in, like, I want to say the 80s, late 80s in America, by the black youth.
Like most cultural innovation in America,
especially in music. So this woman, who apparently has a PhD in dance, which is where should know dancing very well, decides that.
No, sorry. Oh, you finish what you finished.
Okay. Decides that she's going to compete on the world stage for breakdancing. And as you said, decides that she has to be unique. And that she's going to do, because she already knows that everyone's going to come in with their power moves and their usual things, almost as if they're competing. And she's going to show her stuff by it is the most cultural appropriation thing I've seen in a long time. It's the most like taking something of a different culture and absolutely just.
So she's majored in dance, but did she major in breakdancing? Or did she break dance well, or did she just dance well?
It does not surprise me that they have a PhD in dance at all.
Yeah,
because especially when you get to like those upper levels of education, that more erudite like definitions of like art,
the more
you move away from what is like an engaging and entertaining performance to like
self-actualizing,
what is the thought behind the movement, what does it symbolize? Like literally, I was looking at
one of the thoughts behind those movements was it's a kangaroo because I'm from Australia. She says that herself. One of her signature moves is the kangaroo.
I'm trying to at least give some credit. Oh my god!
And most of her moves are based on animals, which is why she moves the way that she does.
Oh my god!
Which, as a concept, I'm not against. I think there's ways to do that. We got moves called the Running Man and the Cabbage Patch.
But I mean, there's also like, this is the Olympics breakdancing, not Olympics interpretive dance.
So that's the thing. If you weren't watching the video, I heavily encourage you to come back, like go back and watch the video for this, or go to Twitter, TikTok, and look up the clip that we're referring to here.
Because wherever you can find it.
What she's doing is dance.
Technically, as you could call it.
No one would call it breakdancing. It's interpretive dance. Mm-hmm. It hits a point of just being interpretive dance and then like sometimes writhing and flipping on the ground.
I thought that was like
She strikes two poses that could be distinguished as breakdancing.
Yeah. And
at least in what we watched.
And then she does stuff like cross her feet and like weird tripod walk across the ground. or
flop like a fish,
flip her arms, and is like just hanging the ground.
Like you're trying to swim on the land.
Like,
that was one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my life.
It was one of the most cringe-inducing things I've ever seen in my life.
I need to go watch some shit.
And then
the fun part
you need
is
to watch either the person who actually won the competition or like the people who actually did breakdance.
And one of her even one of her teammates, but they were on Team Australia. Like, you see his breakdance performance, and the common consensus was this man is breakdancing like all of Australia is on his back now, because the shit he was doing was phenomenal. He was breakdancing in a fantastic way.
Mm-hmm. So are you just being hyperbolic, saying that this is the reason they're not bringing it back?
I have no idea. Like I said, I have no idea if this is. I am being very hyperbolic. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I highly doubt it, because there's too many people that broke down. Like, for as much traffic and attention as this is garnering because of just how bad it was. Because remember, once again, she scored 0 points. And she's acting so, because the thing is, she wasn't, there was like other bad breakdancers there. Like, there's I guess a South African or South Sudanese girl who was also there, but like everybody was like, the reason that girl's not getting shit is because she's not, like, that girl was bad and kind of knew it and was like humble about it, whereas Raygun was bad, and then when competitors were dancing would be like yawning in their faces, which, like, yeah, with this kind of stuff, you're supposed to be like kind of like haughty and cocky, but
you can back it up.
You have to be able to back it up. And if you can't back it up, then what the fuck we doing?
Right.
Oh man. So I highly doubt her performance is the reason.
Or is solely the reason.
Because
I can't imagine that none of her performance was the reason. Like, I feel like it did play a part. But is it the only reason why? No.
It feels like one of those things of they're going to have to come up with a vetting process.
Yeah.
To understand. I guess it depends on what the vetting process was now, of like, how did she make it on the Team Australia? Was it just because there was an open slot? Or did she actually do good breakdancing and then got to the Olympics and decided she's going to do a whole different thing? I'm incredibly curious. There are some people online who are like defending her.
Oh, really?
And it's like, of course, it's white people. And honestly, it's kind of hard to tell if they're even being like real or just kind of facetious. It's existing in a really weird space right now. We're not certain. She's continuing to act like the most. I won't say she's acting the most, but it's like she's a little fart sniffery. She's like,
that term specific.
I wanted to bring my unique style of dance to the world stage, and what better stage than the world stage at the Olympics? And it's like, you are making I now understand why people get real angry about like changes to their favorite sports and shit, because that's just like, you are just shitting on an art form that has so much history and culture and oppression behind it. But and just so that you can be quirky and unique at the fucking Olympics, a thing that, as we talked about last week, so many people have like trained their lives to do, to really show that they can compete at a high level. And you are using the Olympics as a fucking platform booster. At least that's what it sounds like. Holy, breakdancing will not be returning in 2028.
That's really fucking disappointing.
It's disappointing, but we first got to see if the fucking world will be returning by 2028. So let's figure that one out first. What the fuck have you shared? Why is it so much?
I just wanted to share some of my favorite examples of dancing, some dance stuff that I find genuinely inspirational, that I've really connected. I haven't listened to Jungle's music, and it's been a couple years.
Well, let's pick one of them. Actually, no, let's not listen to any of these because these are controlled by Vivo.
These are controlled by Vivo. We're not
We
going
will
to play
listen to these afterwards. I might link them down below.
But like Casio in particular was one of the first music videos or examples of choreography I ever watched that I was like, this makes me want to be like a better dancer. It's
Is this the one you showed me
inspiring.
years ago?
Probably.
Yeah, I think you showed me this years ago. I remember this. Yeah, they're really good.
When I was doing some searching around just a second ago. It seems like people really enjoyed Back on 74. So I shared
watch
that
these
here.
later.
And then Heavy California, I really enjoyed. I think Cherry is also fucking gripping, if I remember correctly. But yeah, all of them are incredible dance performances. I don't remember who the main guy is, who they get, but they have behind the scenes
Right.
stuff, and whoever does their choreography and their dance stuff is incredibly talented, like visionary. I love it. I can't give it high enough praise.
Yeah.
Unless they've committed. I
Crimes.
don't know what kind of a person they are. I'm just talking about their art.
Have they diddied and draked all over the place? Diddied and drizzied.
Diddied and drizzied. DDL drizzy.
DDL drizzy.
DDL.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
Yeah, that and in light of the breakdancing thing, of course, it always comes back to memes and companies trying to profit off of said memes.
Oh yeah.
Like Michaela showed me this today because she was like, "Oh, you should talk about this." She saw this and she sent me this, and apparently there's like this blood center of Michigan,
University Blood Center of Michigan.
Who's like,
I think a blood center gets to do this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just like, you know, I think it's really more of just like another thing of, I think we talked about this before too, of just like companies or, you know, businesses
getting in on memery,
trying to get in on memery, either when it's too late or too quirky, or I don't know.
Companies can't get in on memery; they can only become the meme.
Yeah,
and even when they're doing it effectively, like Wendy's does it on purpose. I find that to be the most insidious, though, because like even though it's funny, like haha, look at Wendy's, beef it with.
It was really funny when it first started.
Yeah,
it's become a little less.
Like it's like the personification of a corporation and plays into the whole narrative that like corporations. I hate it from top to bottom.
Also, that they then made Wendy's, or I guess that Wendy's has always been the thing, but they then re-mascotted Wendy's to a living mascot.
Huh?
Have you not seen?
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It was a few years, but not that long ago. It was a few years ago.
What do you mean a living mascot?
As in, like, they made Wendy. Like, there's now a character of Wendy as a real woman.
Like Flo.
Yeah.
Was there
like
not?
So there was
Like
always
when
the Wendy's
KFC
girl.
did
Well,
it.
no, they took the Wendy's girl. So you know the
Yeah.
Wendy's girl on the logo?
Yeah.
And they now have like a actual like actress who personifies herself as Wendy's. She has been around for a while, but it was resurged again after the memes came around. And that lady's kind of hot.
But do they use her in official like advertisements and stuff?
Yeah, I believe so.
Trying
At
to
least they
remember if
did for a season. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She looks so normal. I just
Right.
I didn't put one to one to like the pig haired, you know.
Yeah.
She don't look like that.
That's somebody's mom.
Yeah, that's like a modernized.
See why
They got a red hair.
What did you? I'll find out what he said later.
It was that's
what did you say?
Isn't that crazy? I said it's a mom I would definitely have sex with.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, that's,
Yeah,
what
that's
do you think?
that's yeah.
What do you think's doing it for me right now? But yeah, yeah, it's the whole corporate memery thing is always a weird grab bag of, and we talked about this. I forget what episode it was, but it's like there's just this thing of like when you can tell when it's some intern or some like low level employee who's just making memes because this is what they do. And then you can tell when it's like, this meme was approved by a board of directors and the legal team. And like it went through all the legal red tape to make sure that it was okay and not going to damage the brand image. And then you have some where you can tell that they didn't go through a legal team.
Based
but it
on
was
the
still
marketing
made up
trends
by-
of Hot Topics, this meme involves AI, Skibbity, and Riz.
Skibbity and Riz.
Hey, I got that Rizzler
Rizzity.
at
Hey,
Wendy's.
I got that Rizzler at Wendy's. Oh my goodness gracious!
You're going too Gen Z on us. You're going
Too Gen Z. Pull it back, man. Pull it back.
Be
But-
sure to visit our locations in Ohio.
I don't know that one.
Got me too.
Only in Ohio. I don't know the meme really either. I just know that it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. It's the one of like this shit only happens in Ohio and it's always some like unrelated but really bizarre scenario going on with the caption only in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So like it would always be something like you have like a pickup truck hanging from its rear tires from like an electric pole.
but it's become sort of like this. I don't know. It's like brain rot. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely brain rot. Yep. Where it's like the superimposed like angels or Eldritch horrors in the sky now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I was about to say. It was about breakdance chick. And I think I might have already said it.
I don't know. Even if I gave her the benefit of the doubt, thought she was trying to give a good performance, that was abysmal and embarrassing.
It was abysmal and embarrassing. Even without like any cultural or any kind of like context of like that, if you even remove all of that, it's just kind of a using this stage. I think I did kind of touch. I feel like I had another point to say, but it was like using the Olympic platform as a way to show the world your uniqueness. Cause it's like you got here like you didn't give a fuck about the actual breakdancing aspect. You just wanted to show off your interpretive dance bullshit.
Well, yeah, because like if you're coming in for breakdancing in the Olympics, you're treating it as a sport, right? You're not treating it as a means of self-expression. You're here to show off
Right.
technical skill. You're here to show off how good you are at being an entertainer. You're not here to make this isn't your thesis statement,
Right.
this isn't your PhD in dance. This is showing off your skill and talent that you've cultivated in a particular area.
Right.
Like,
Cause like there's so many. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think, and the thing that makes this even more like upsetting with what she did is, especially with it not coming back for the foreseeable future, as far as we can tell, is what she did is going to completely upstage everyone else's performance and like actual hard work. That when, because no one's ever going to talk about the breakdancing in Olympics 2024 and not be about this chick. Like you might get you'll get like the people who won gold, silver, bronze, and like the other like dude on Team Australia, and he'll get like his few minutes of like, oh, he had to carry after her performance, he had to carry it on her back. But like as years go by, it's going to forever be dominated.
oh yeah, remember that stupid kangaroo chick?
Yeah, it's like it's forever going to be dominated, and these however many people got to compete at the first Olympic like event for this, and they will never be talked about, and it will always forever be shadowed by some chick who decided that this had to be her time to do whatever the fuck that was. Like that's
So mission successful.
for her, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it sucks for literally everybody.
else.
Why can't we just have people go back to trying to shoot celebrities for immortality? Like,
What?
I mean, hey, someone's right.
Someone tried. He's dead now.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, and you know, I think the top memes of Olympics, I think that picture did it best.
yeah, this is a pretty good summation.
We talked about all of these over the past couple of weeks too.
These two we talked about last week, and then she stole the show.
Yeah.
Big dick dude. It's fucking oh man. It's always a fun one.
So I saw this and I was like,
oh yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, like
this one
in what the Olympics was versus what it is now is insane to look at.
Right.
The stark difference between, I'm not going to say skill level because it still takes skill regardless, but like how difficult it looks.
Right.
Right. These techniques and these numbers and these moves that these athletes are doing, I feel like there's a very stark difference between what it was then and what it is now. And the bar you have to be able to hit now to get a good score, right? Like, it's kind of insane. You got to damn near break your back, do 5,000 flips and twists, and everything Simone Biles does to get a good score now.
I think the most interesting part
Well,
is...
I mean, Simone Biles
is up there.
Simone Biles is so exceptional that absolutely nobody could touch her. But you're not wrong.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, the boundaries have been pushed over a few years.
I was going to say, so that's the thing we're seeing here is the constant pushing of the boundary, right?
I think it's really cool to see the evolution of a sport where people have continued to push what's possible, and also,
for those who
in
don't,
this particular case, feminism.
Sure,
it definitely is cool. I enjoyed watching this too, but I was just like, dang, that's crazy.
No, I think the craziest part of looking at this is more so than just the moves. Look at the speed in which everything is happening.
Yeah.
Like, neither one of these videos are sped up or slowed down from what I can tell.
No.
It's just legitimately just the movements of flowing from move to move is so much faster nowadays, and it's being packed, so much more is being packed in, and it does highlight just how dangerous this is. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, how easy something could go fucking wrong, but also why gymnasts are so fucking jacked.
Yeah.
They are like...
Or, I mean, it highlights why... Simone backed out in the Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah.
Like,
she made a very smart decision for
herself
and her health and her career, and like for the future of her. People were real mad about that.
Yeah, but that's because
people are stupid.
But
yeah. Also, the caption on this for anyone not watching is your parents buying a house in 1980 versus you trying to buy a house in 2024.
And yes, it ties it into today's inflation, house market, etc. I think it's
the only thing I'm gonna disagree on is the fact that this is every competitor that year actively upping the ante to the competitors before them. We're just being handed a shit deal when it comes to the housing market.
Oh no, we're not individually pushing the ante to see what's possible when it comes to buying a house.
Exactly.
People are just actively exploiting us to see if it's possible for us to live before we fucking riot.
Exactly.
Isn't it amazing how far house prices have come?
Houses are really flipping out here, aren't they?
Amazing how far house.
Like it's very interesting because to make it central to my bullshit. Disc golf has been seeing the same kind of like explosive growth in what disc golf used to be even just like 10 years ago. And like the distance and power and accuracy and the shots being thrown by current professionals, who those professionals are like as young as like 16. And one of the best in the world right now is a 17 or 18. I think he just turned 18. And he is taller than you. He's 6'7".
Damn.
His name is Gannon Burr. He is the highest rated player in the world right now. He is
That's really exciting.
Been on a crazy tear with like just competitions where he's been ranking at least top 3 in every competition he's been in, and at most of those he's been taking at least first place. Like he's been taking first place. He is an insanely good player, but it's like, to like looking at his stats and compared to the previous like reigning champion stats of just like across the board, and seeing how much farther you have to be able to throw to be considered a world contender, how much more control you have to be able to have, and how much more like just in the exact same way as this of just like how much more mastery over this sport you have to have compared to what it used to be is really fascinating to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I very much like, honestly, you could probably remove the whole housing caption and stuff like that. I would be interested in just seeing this side by side, just because of how fascinating it is.
Yeah, I was more talking about like the Olympic comparison rather than the housing thing.
I know, but
and I too was interested. I was like, okay, now I want to see a whole breakdown of like the history, like you were saying, Fluff. I want to see the history of the Olympics.
You know what would be sick?
There's probably a video out there. But.
I was gonna say, if there's a video out there that has the gold winning performance of every competitor like in a given year, so like
then versus
so exactly
now.
like what we're seeing right now, right? Of like what is that? I would say uneven bars because that's like one of my personal favorite Olympic events. Like the gold winning uneven bars of like 1956 and 1960 and 1964, all the way up to 2024. I have no idea if 56 and is where that would have started. I cannot do the mental math fast enough just to see like what those look like side by side as routines. But yeah, because I'm guessing this footage is from like, I'm guessing like the 50s.
I don't know.
Because it's not so uncrisp that I would call it the 40s, but it's black and white. The attire makes me think 50s, maybe 60s.
Yeah. Because the title says not quite 1980, but you get the point.
Right. But yeah. That's sick. All right. Fluff, do you got a manhwa for us, or are we going to call that for tonight?
I think we can call it for today.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
We had a full episode.
That
I got
was...
to talk about dance and something else today already. So
yeah, fair enough.
We don't got to talk about manhwa today.
I would like to, unless you don't want to.
Oh, you want to? I mean, we could. I was gonna pull out a quick and easy one. I was gonna pull out I'm a Cultivation Bigshot.
Do it. So yeah, we'll end this up because we're not gonna skip our fluffy boy. We're not gonna do that unless you want to. So I am a Cultivation Bigshot. Li Nianfan transmigrated to an immortal cultivation world as a mortal. Knowing that he could never become a cultivator, he decided to live an ordinary life. But unbeknownst to him, his dog became a mighty Yaoguei king by watching him draw and write. What? The tree he planted in the backyard became the tree of the world by listening to tunes he played. A passerby he met who gained enlightenment from the chit-chat with him became a Taoist sage and started a new era. This dude's just spawning. He's just spawning new powerhouses in cultivation.
He's
Hell
not
yeah.
even trying.
This is sort of like a subgenre of the comedy of cultivation, which is your ignorant, overpowered MC. Well, and it kind of ties in. What I really like about this is one of my favorite series in that genre. I think one, it handles the tropes pretty well. I think that it has very entertaining characters. I think that the arcs are engaging, and I think it's very funny. Even as a Westerner, I think it's very funny. Because a lot of in the cultivation genre centers around like one corner or one aspect of cultivation, right? Which is basically like becoming the goodest fighter. Like body cultivation, sucking in energy into your body so you can do big punches. But actually this series is what brought it to my attention, is that it's actually a much broader concept.
Really?
And that this like idea of like cultivation is really a lot more akin to like a pursuit of excellence that is supported by the rules of the world.
Okay.
Right. And so even though he can't become, like a kick and flips badass, he plays music so well that it connects with like the spirit and the rules of the world and can, do incredible things. Right. He
So is the idea is that he just had a preconceived notion of what cultivation is, and he's not realizing that he can cultivate, just doesn't know.
Yeah. He just doesn't know. Like he doesn't realize that literally the wood that he uses as firewood would be used for like spiritual weapons for other people, right? The kind of like when he's like the shit he's eating could kill people, not because it's poisonous, but because it's so powerful, right? Like it's really, and it's also just very entertaining to watch this well-meaning person like accidentally bring joy and empowerment to people who need it most.
I love stories and series that are essentially in a certain trope or genre, right? But they make fun of it,
right?
Like I don't know. It seems like that's what this is, where it's like, yeah, this is a Cultivation, story, but it's so Cultivation that it's making fun of itself, and the whole idea as a
subversion is always, well, I won't say always, but generally when done well, subversion is always like a fun, especially in a well-established trope, in a well-established medium, having something that can come in and subvert that by going, this person literally thinks they can't do cultivation because they have one specific understanding of what cultivation is, which itself is possibly a commentary. It's very possibly a commentary on other like oversaturation of cultivation, specifically in martial arts.
I think like Konosuba kind of does this too, where it's like the whole isekai, but also like, you die and you come back type of thing, or that like genre and trope.
I'm not familiar with Konosuba. I don't think I am.
Oh, well, I mean, that's essentially kind of a similar deal where they're just like making fun of that entire trope throughout the entire series.
Right.
Whereas, a lot of other series adjacent to them kind of take it more seriously. They're just like, yeah, no, we know what this is. You know what this is. We're going to joke about it.
And like, that's what made One Punch Man so successful, is that it subverted the shonen / superhero / big fighting monster like trope of what happens when you are the strongest and how do you create, like, if when the conflict is no longer you have to keep getting stronger and you become so strong that the new conflict is having to find ways to keep your life interesting because you're so strong. I think this would be a fun one. It's fucking long as shit. This has been out for a minute.
Yeah.
393.
Yeah, I actually need to catch up on it. I think I'm only at like chapter 300 right now.
Okay.
It's one of those things where I have learned that when I catch up on something, it has to be on a weekend. It has to be on a vacation.
Fair.
Otherwise, I'm not getting any work done that day.
Dash fair.
I gotta.
The robot is very similar to Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that reverse Google searching?
Yeah.
Nice.
Found him right away.
Nice.
Very much. Yeah. It's like a even more sci-fi version of that robot, but the same
floating
general
arms
like
and legs.
Same to the point it has almost the exact same eye and face setup.
Spherical head.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, that's sick. I think like, with catching up, like I've been slowly catching up on a lot of anime. Honestly, pretty caught up on a decent amount. Like we're caught up on Demon Slayer now. I'm catching up on Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm catching up on I got to catch up on the last like 4 or 5 episodes of Tower of Gods. Mirko.
So yeah, this is Tower of God.
Tower of God.
Singular God.
Singer God. Singer God. Singer God.
Singer gig.
Mirko-chan has been another fun one we're catching up on.
That one. Have you been watching it when I'm not here?
Mirko?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Because I've forgotten about as much as I have remembered for that one. So rewatching it has been really, really entertaining.
Sick.
And part of my memory is blended it with Dandadan, which I'm really excited for Dandadan.
Yeah.
When that comes out, we're watching the shit out of that.
Is the anime yet to drop?
I think it's supposed to come out in 2025. Let me double check.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's like been a lot of anime catching. I've said this before, but I've really been liking like my reawakening into anime again. It's not like I was like I got tired of anime or anything. It just became so hard to find time to sit down and watch anime.
It's coming in October.
Heckin' yeah.
Hey, sooner.
I'm gonna make you guys watch this trailer when we're done.
I'm down. It was so hard, especially like finishing up school and starting new careers and stuff like that, of like just finding the time to sit down and watch an anime and dedicate to watching it. that like I just kind of put anime aside for a while, but it's weird. This podcast is the reason I got back into anime.
Hey.
And started like getting back in and watching anime and catching up on a lot of stuff that it's been a really fun blast for me lately. So can't wait to get into more stuff.
It's always been a late night thing. Just turn it on before I go to bed.
Right.
Sometimes I get through 3-4 episodes of something. Sometimes I get through 5 minutes and then I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah. But heck yeah. This will be a fun one. This is one that I'm liking, and I'm like, it would be awesome if this became an anime.
Never mind. I'll ask you to do it after we're done. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Sick. Anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. Another episode in the bag.
Fuck capitalism.
Yeah. Fuck capitalism.
But wait, only for those who have been in it forever and are already at the top, though.
Yeah.
Because we still need to get ours.
Yeah. To that end, like and comment. To that end, like, comment, subscribe. 5 stars on Spotify.
Hit that bell.
Yep. Follow us on our socials. Patreon is still a thing. Patreon is still $1 per month. Get in on that while it's still $1. When will it change?
For $1.
Y'all guess is as good as mine. So one day it will change. So get in on it while you can.
Be there or be square.
Got something, Izzy? No.
I was just saying you should raise it $1 every time somebody subscribes.
Bruh. That gets out of hand quickly. It would be $2 now. We do have a
Why
Patreon
did I
subscriber.
get billed for $300 from Patreon?
Capitalism, baby.
Yeah, it's in the fine print.
Nobody would ever.
Oh, we would be the most hated.
Oh yeah, we get booted off pretty quickly, I'm sure.
Real fast.
We would be the next CoffeeZilla.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we would.
No, we would be the next
Logan.
No, we would be on.
on the
Yeah.
next CoffeeZilla.
Yeah.
Logan Paul?
It is Logan. It's either Logan or Jake. I can never remember which is which. They're both kind of scummy. I want to say Jake Paul, the one who's a fighter now.
Just call them Scum Brothers. They're.
I think I might have not known that there are 2 Pauls.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's Logan Paul and Jake Paul. One of them is a fighter and the other is just a scumbag ass business owner.
Yeah.
Well, the other's a scumbag ass fighter. And
Yeah, it's the guy that owns Prime. Yeah, I thought they were the same thing.
I think it is Jake Paul who's still running like the more business stuff, and Logan Paul is doing fighting and shit. They're both scummy as fuck and is now embroiled in legal battles with CoffeeZilla.
Quick Google search.
Quickly.
Don't buy Prime.
Don't buy Prime.
Okay, Logan is the scummy.
Oh, okay. Logan is the one who's a scammy.
They're brothers.
Jake is the.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they've been in business together for like.
No. We know.
Okay.
It's just very specifically
I was
which
like,
one is embroiled.
They both
the fighter.
suck.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Jake. Okay, Jake is the
Jake's
fighter.
the fighter.
I said it was a scummy fighter.
All
I
right.
said it.
Okay.
Jake is the one turned
Jake
boxer.
is this one.
And then Logan is the one who owns Prime and
And
like
then
tricked
Logan-
people into buying a fuck ton of a
I also thought
this
they
cryptocurrency.
were the same person. I knew there were
I
two.
think they're twins, aren't they?
I knew there were
Oh,
2 of them,
well,
but
I
like.
feel less bad.
Like, yeah, no, don't feel bad for like mixing them up.
That
But
is so weird.
yeah,
That there are these 2 douchebags
they're not twins.
running around.
They're not twins.
are they not twins?
Are
No.
they brothers?
They
They're
are
brothers.
brothers.
They're
They are
not
brothers. They got their whole start by running a channel together, running a
Yeah.
YouTube channel together.
Logan's
That makes
29.
sense.
Jake is 27.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, I didn't really know going in. I just know they look so much alike and they're so close in age. I figured they were twins.
I'm not gonna blame you because for a minute, like before I knew anything about them, I was like, aren't they the same? So I don't
No,
blame you for
Logan
that.
Paul and Jake Paul. They are 2 different. The Paul brothers.
I just never registered that the first name is.
It's one of those.
Just like,
You're
oh,
just
yeah,
like,
that
I know that
blonde
it's Paul.
Paul.
No.
Fuck Paul.
We were supposed to end.
We were supposed to.
How did we? How did we do that?
No idea.
Like it's just us. It's just how we do
capitalism. It was capitalism.
Capitalism.
But how though? Regardless.
Don't worry, it was capitalism. Capitalism solves everything.
Fricked us
Fair.
again in our own conversation. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All
All right. Well, y'all have a good capitalism.
Stay
Bye.
gay.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, time to kill you.